Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our stream. Our annual podcast cast is now in
Let's
session.
go.
Happy 123 123, as Kavita pointed out. So we are, I think this is episode 48 of our ongoing podcast that we used to run every other week, but now it's every year. We just do a yearly summary, which I actually really look forward to every year. I don't know
Me
about both of
too.
you.
Same.
Yeah, it makes me push for those numbers all year.
Oh, the game numbers. Gotta get those stats
Yeah,
up.
I
You
gotta get
can't
the
be
stats up
embarrassed
so
in
I
the
could
yearly
brag.
podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to get too embarrassed by Kirby because I know he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome everyone. If you haven't been here before, we are all three streamers of varying
Yeah,
degrees.
yeah, we are. My
Kirby the
name.
biggest.
This week I've been pretty big, actually. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And we used to share our opinions and banter on gaming and all kinds of things. We've got a co-host here, Minna, and then I got Benji extra right here too.
I want to see more of my shirt. There we go. Now it's
Your Kirby sweater.
I
So-
want to at least say the Kirby. Now I'm good. Okay.
So happy holidays, everyone! Welcome in. I hope your year was good. How about Kirby and Trell? How was your year?
My year was good. It was solid. There was nothing like incredibly amazing that happened, but it was a continually solid year.
It was for me. All the 20s have been proven to be quite challenging, so I'm looking forward to more 20s.
Well, I mean, last year you were still recovering from that neck surgery,
yeah,
right? So,
yeah. The surgery happened in November, so first part of this year was all braced up and stuff. But I'm glad that's finally getting put to rest. Oh my god.
yeah, I'm glad you're out of that neck of the woods.
Oh my god.
As I took a drink too, that was good timing. I was almost coffee all over the place.
So, yeah, 2023 was pretty good for me. I got a new job and that's been going great. So, been really enjoying it. So yeah, really good on that end. And I got really regular with streams. So like I kind of have my time slot now, which I never had before. It was just kind of whenever I felt like
I've
it.
noticed it's good.
Yeah. I
It
think
helps when it's consistent, right?
I mean, it helps. Yeah, I'm sure it helps the viewers know when I'm going to stream. But it is a time slot that not a lot of people are.
Yeah, I'd like
up
to
for,
follow
right?
complaint. I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I'm in bed most of the time.
So it's
But
got
the
varying
VODs are
degrees
it
of
for me.
success of my current audience,
Yes.
but I am mining a little bit of a new audience from time to time. But for the most part, it's been fairly steady, at least on my part. So that's at least half the battle. Yeah, so pretty good there. I think I streamed for like over. What was it? I posted it the other day.
800 something. No, yeah. Was it
Yeah.
800 something hours? Because it was like a fifth of your total stream time was this year or something around that. I have to go find it again.
Yeah, it was like 1 month out of my 12 months of the year I was streaming.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Which is
a
great,
lot.
obviously.
Yeah. Kirby, I'm sure you have similar numbers with your stream time, right?
Oh, my stream time was insane. It was wild. Realistically, okay, what Dead Rising was. It's all Dead Rising, pretty much. Or Dead Rising for most of it. Dead Rising was how many hours? 17. There were a few random ass. I probably streamed 40 hours this year. Maybe even less. Maybe only 30
A
ish.
whole work week, nice.
I streamed a whole work somewhere between a high part time to a full time work week streaming. Yes.
Well,
Like,
I mean, you
20 of
can't
those
you
hours
can't
were
be
probably in a
top
banana
tier for
hammock, too.
everything, right? You're
True.
beating all the games, but
Yeah.
if you had them all on stream, you probably wouldn't have beaten so many games, right? So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I would not have because I wouldn't. Yeah, so
and
That's
Charles
true.
leading up the middle. I know you stream really consistently, but you tend to stream for what, like an hour and a half each day?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'd have to look at the numbers again, but I wasn't a big surprise. Like, because if you just do the math of an hour and a half every
Yeah.
weekday, it's probably around there. It's probably a little over if I did a couple night streams with Kirby on the Dark Pictures, and
Let's
there might have been
go.
a
Oh,
couple
right.
other ones sneaked in there for some a random like weekend streams or something like that. But for the most part, I was like, yeah, that seems about consistent.
The Mega Kirby multiplayer mayhem. I
God.
love seeing those streams when I can, but obviously I haven't played any of them, so I can't
Yeah,
watch.
of course.
Unfortunately. Someday I'll get to them. I think I'm going to be playing them with Brighton Toast in 2025.
Ooh, okay.
So that is like a long-standing joke plan that we have. So it might happen.
Hey, by then there'll be season 2 will probably be out, so that's good.
Ooh,
Of
can't
what?
wait for season 2.
So of the Dark Pictures, the first 4 games, so Man Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, and Devil and Me were part of what they call season 1.
Oh,
Now they're taking a little
interesting.
hiatus, and then they're going to start season 2.
Huh.
So, what will that mean? I don't know, but they're doing it.
Yeah. So it's like an anthology series, and
Yes.
they've got seasons, which is okay. All right. Interesting.
They got
The
seasons.
first one is going to be Man of Medan 2.
Oh my god.
Man,
Man of Medan 2,
Man of
yes.
Disaster 2.
Yeah, Man of Medan.
More
Yeah,
bugs.
exactly.
It was so good.
Trell would have streamed around 360 hours this year if it was consistently an hour and a half every single weekday. Well, it's not consistently an hour and a half every weekday. Sometimes it was like an hour and 10. Sometimes it was like, but like sometimes you did stream longer this year, like after 7.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you work from home now. Like I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about
True.
Yeah, that can
the
be.
car and fighting traffic. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, today, the biggest thing I have to fight is just the kids. Like they'll be coming down here and they're like, Dad, I really want food. And I'm like, okay. And if I don't feed them like right at 7, they're like upstairs dying of starvation. I'm like, wow, you guys are spoiled. You don't know what hunger is. Come on.
But it's funny how they get so suddenly unhungry when you're like, but that means no bargains.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wait, no bargains.
God, when you don't call like Sophie down for bargains and she comes down crying because you didn't let her
Oh
know it was
my
bargain time,
God.
that is the funniest shit to me.
Aiden used
I
to do
swear
that too.
God.
Oh, like Aiden's past it now. Aiden's like,
Yeah,
Aiden's
he's
just
like,
like go on
whatever.
YouTube and he's watching like someone
Yeah.
doing Fortnite or something. I'm like, okay, whatever, because he's still or some of the new games that come out like he'll watch probably either the new season of Fortnite or like the Bluey game or something like that. He check that out or
Mhm.
whatever. He'll just entertain himself. Yeah, but Sophie's definitely at that age where I remember Aiden was at this point too. But yeah, like if I start doing bargain, I can just hear like like through like little cat door that's on the basement door. So I like scoot up my chair over and I just see her like looking through the window of it, like which is funny because I should take a picture of it. It's a little like cutout of like a cat.
Oh yeah.
So like she's like sticking her head in a cat butt basically, and I just see her face. And I'm like, let me go get you before I like ruin your life. Okay.
You could do a here's
Oh
Johnny,
my God.
Johnny out of that too, where it's Sophie peeking through the door like in oh, it's The Shining.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Man, so what a year! I can't believe it's almost 2024. Like,
Right.
how is it?
This went by so quickly.
I know it really did. Yeah,
Man.
I guess for me, 2023 wasn't all good because we lost one of our babies. Charles,
Right.
thank you again for
Sorry.
that gift of the Oscar window hanging. It
Yeah.
was
No,
really,
not a
really
problem.
kind.
That's I just wanted to give you something so you thought about them. Like
Yeah.
you have a little reminder. Where'd you end up putting it, or have you not put it up yet?
We had it up in the front window, and then this one was like thinking it was a toy and playing with it, and we didn't want to break it. So it's now in the dining room in the single window that they don't go in. So,
Okay, cool.
which is actually a good spot for it anyway. We always thought about putting stained glass there, so that's a good start.
Oh man, a whole stained glass. That's one the new shirt. One of the new shirts I got for Christmas was a stained glass Night Solaire one.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
really?
Yeah, I was wearing it
That's
the
sick.
other day on stream. I don't know if I showed it off or
Oh,
not,
you
but
did. You did. Yeah, the Praise the Sun. Never mind. I do remember. Okay, yeah.
yeah, dude, it'd be cool to actually get that as an actual stained glass. I mean, I don't know where I'd put it, but I'd figure that out later.
Yeah, so that's not completely accurate, but that's a good summary of. I think it's missing some of the stats.
So you're
Um,
saying I could be at 30 hours?
You could be at 30 hours.
Hell yes.
No, I think yours are accurate because you stream so this often, but it could not be including your Dead Rising stuff.
Were
At
you
the end
actually
of the
your stats are as bad as they seem. I'm sorry to tell you, but I just wanted to make it to 30 hours. I still have a chance. Maybe I'll stream Raptor Boyfriend.
Well, no, you're
for...
at 41 hours, buddy.
Oh, 28 streams.
There you
Fuck
go.
yeah, I did put in a work week. Never mind,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good. I put in the work week.
So analytics, I can just go to Twitch real quick. Let me just move it all the way. Actually, the stream summary should do it too.
They turn off Kebab. It's the way that we're capturing Discord, and we're still
Oh,
here. But
I
Wombat's looking at
see.
something else.
That
But I
should
see your
fix it,
point.
right?
We're back.
All right, cool.
Oh, there we are.
My bad. Let's
It's all good.
update. So, I streamed for 892 hours as of today.
392. You got to stream 8 hours. You got to get to 900 somehow today. I don't know what you got lined up today, but maybe a big 8 hour into the
We're
midnight.
working on it right now, and I do have
That's true.
my last stream, which will be another 2, so I'll get very close, but I'll probably be
Just
like
do
an
that
hour or
thing-
two short.
Do that thing where you go to sleep, but you don't turn your stream off.
No,
Oh,
because
yeah,
then I'll
yeah.
be into the
Stream-
next year, and I only did that like once this year.
Probably, right? But still.
I think I've done it once before that, but
Okay.
how that
You were doing that before it was the meta. Nice.
For the meta, yeah, that's true.
I did it before it was cool. Yeah, yeah. I had 114 follows this year. It's pretty crazy, all things considered. All right. Yeah. So, Tequila, thank you for the hot stats, but that site is a little outdated, just a little bit. It's missing about 200 hours for me. All right. So, game category on Twitch might need to be updated. But I had it updated.
Manning?
Did it not? See, OBS keeps doing that now. I switched off of Streamlabs and went to OBS, and it just doesn't always
Cooperate.
cooperate. Yep. And the title is wrong too. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to be part of a Batman stream. I appreciate that. I had
Oh, would
nothing
you
to
accept
miss
a
you.
Batman game for your challenge, or
I'm not vetoing things unless it's somehow going to get me banned on Twitch. Because I don't want to get banned. The only reason I don't want to get banned, by the way, is I'd lose all my channel points. I don't really care about having to start a new channel, but I don't want to lose my horde of channel points. So if it's not going to get me banned, I mean, I don't see myself vetoing anything.
does that really happen? Oh, I guess you're like you wouldn't.
Because do they ban your account or do they just ban you from streaming? Because if they just ban me from streaming, I'd be like, whatever, I'll have a separate stream account. I mostly just don't want to lose my horde of channel points.
Yeah, or I guess I wonder how long the ban would it be for.
That's
for
true.
lifetime
That's
too.
true.
They might IP ban you. If
If
it's
I
bad
could still
enough.
chat, I wouldn't care that much. Regardless, if it won't ban me on Twitch, I don't like Discord streaming as much. So if it won't ban me on Twitch, I'm almost definitely not going to veto it unless I've actually played it before somehow. But
Right.
I would accept a Batman game. And we'll see, Kebab. I will eventually get around to Arkham Knight.
I
Why
thought
don't I
it was
just
good.
finish that?
Yeah. So I guess that kind of leads us into our let's talk about our games for 2023.
All right, let's
right?
do it.
So should we get the big one out of the way?
The big one.
Who
yeah,
usually
do it.
starts this? It's usually I finish, right?
It's always, it goes me, Trell, you.
Okay, all right. Let me bring up Kirby's games. So they should
All
be
right,
appearing on the left and right hand side of the screen.
Look at me go.
covering-
Yes, give me
Trell
both
up.
sides of the screen.
Yeah, I always need to use both sides.
Let's
People at home
go.
might need 2 monitors to see all this.
Yeah, sorry,
you're
squad.
gonna have to
That's
zoom in,
85
folks.
games.
85.
85 this year. Last year was like 81, 82. So we're moving on up. We're making some progress. That's good. So I guess we'll do some quick shout outs. Game of the year, but really game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3. To no one's
What?
surprise.
Not giving it to Tears? Wow.
Tears is a runner up. Baldur's Gate 3 felt more fresh. Tears of the Kingdom is an absolute 10 in my book, but it was quite similar to Breath of the Wild. So if I have to break the tie with that, I will give it to Baldur's Gate 3. My favorite definitely one of my favorite CRPG, computer RPG. Before it was Divinity: Original Sin. It's made by the same people. Baldur's Gate 3 was the best. This was probably one of One of the best years in gaming. Because honestly, there were
Wait,
two
your
tens.
favorite RPG isn't Disgaea 7? Seriously?
No, that game
Wow.
will be like a 9. I love
Okay.
it, but it's
Yeah, I
not
thought it
like
was your favorite. I thought you loved it so much that you just knew
no,
everything about it.
I'm-
Songs, you
dude.
know.
We just, it was one song. I'm playing it right now. If you would have used that song like 2 months ago, I probably would have missed it because it wasn't in my mind. But I'm playing it right now, and all the songs sound similar.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Anyways,
You know,
your list. Yeah.
yeah. There were 2 10s this year. There was how many is that? There were 9 9s. That's 10 9s. A good amount of 8s. A very very strong year. So a few quick shouts. Besides that, the other 9s were God of War Ragnarok. That being said, like 90% of that was played in 2022, but I beat it this year. Cyberpunk is a great state now if you haven't played that yet. Yeah, Fire Emblem Engage, Armor Core 6 and Pikmin 4 fantastic. Alan Wake 2.
Did you start
Um,
Cyberpunk in 2023, or was that another one from 2022?
Oh, I started in 2022. I beat it in 23, but then for what it's worth, I beat it again. I started a new playthrough and beat it again when the DLC came out. So I kind of beat it twice this year, but
Oh, okay.
realistically,
Which game?
yup. Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk. Oh, I,
Did you
Yeah,
stop from performance issues, or
Wait, what was that?
did you stop from
But
performance
no, I
issues?
beat it, and then I beat it in like January. It was actually the first game I beat this year, and the
Oh, okay.
DLC came out in September. I'm like, well, I don't remember what the hell was going on, so I started a new character and beat it again because they pretty much revamped it. It wasn't just DLC; they revamped how you level up and perks and all that. No, Kebab, Gotham Knights was not the worst game this year.
there's something worse than
actually.
that. Yeah.
It was fucking Armed and Dangerous. What a dog shit game. I'm so glad you asked, dude. And I'll admit, part of it was on me because it's one of those games where the physics of the game are tied to your frame rate. And me with my big, beefy computer was running it at 120 frames per second when it's designed to be ran at 60. So my game was going at 2 times speed. I couldn't
Yeah,
track
we
shit.
did a video comparison.
Yeah, the controls were fucking insane. Yeah, it's the first game you watched me stream, Kebab. Here's my legitimate complaints are like, there's like 8 weapons in the game. Only like 2 of them are good. They give you sniper rifles in a game where everyone's really quick and no one wants to snipe. The shark gun is dope, and the trumpet grenade launcher is sick. But then there's like 4 missions. There's like 2 types of escort missions, some stupid tower defense mission. The game was just garbage. It had humor for a bit, but then I didn't care about it because I was so tilted. That game got a 2 out of 10. Couldn't fucking stand that
2
game.
out of 10.
Yeah, it's
this
the lowest rated
This is a
game.
favorite of yours, right, Wombat?
It
Like
wasn't
a
a
kid.
favorite of mine. It was his rogue
He hadn't
scholar
played it when he
game.
gave it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, he
and
didn't.
then-
I thought that was like a
It
nostalgia
looked
one for
it
you.
looked janky and fun. It was given to me by a viewer last year, and I was gonna play it. I'm like, Kirby doesn't have this. This looks janky and fun. He keeps requesting jank. Let me give it to him.
He says he loves the
Or did he
jank.
regret that?
That wasn't the good jank. I mean, it was, dude.
I
it
saw
would've
the
had
shark gun
fun-
and I was like, sold.
That's all that was good. If it had fun weapons or more than like 4 mission types, 2 of which sucked, the good jank could have carried it. But it did not have that. To not drag on too long, I will say 2 more things. My most surprising games that I didn't think I'd like as much as I did. One was the Dead Space remake. 'Cause I never played the original Dead Space. I thought it would be like a 7.5 or an 8. I gave it a 9. I loved it. The atmosphere is fantastic. I love the weapons. I thought the story was interesting. That was really solid.
Can't wait to play that this year.
You should, yes. Chance of Sonar, if that's how you pronounce it. I played that like a month ago. Fun fact, I was going to give it to Wombat
And I was gonna give it to
for the
him.
challenge, and he was going to give it to me, so we both bought it, and now that's ruled out, so we got to go for different games. But
Ooh.
that game was phenomenal. I also gave that game a 9. I liked it way more than I thought I would. It was very, very good.
How's Cocoon?
And lastly, what was that?
How's Cocoon? 'Cause that actually got, it was nominated for quite a
Cocoon
few.
was good. What did I give that? I think I gave it a 7.5. It was
7.5.
good. It was great even, but I expected it to be a bit better. But after the first couple hours, I felt I was more or less just doing the same puzzles. The controls are nice. The atmosphere is cool. The art direction is good. But that game I didn't like as much as I thought I would. But I wouldn't say I was disappointed. It was just like, it was fun.
So
And-
would you say it was worthy of some of the awards that it got? Or did it
What
get
was it?
awards, or was it just
It
nominated?
won Indie Game of the Year, and I don't think it deserved that when Chance of Sonar also released this year, at
Oh,
the
wow,
very
okay.
least. Hell, I don't even think it was better than Dave the Diver, but it was actually on par with Dave the Diver. But
Lead game designer from Limbo and Inside was on it, though. That's big names.
wait, what one more time? Say that again.
Jeppy Carlson, the lead game designer of Limbo and Inside, was on
Oh,
that.
I mean,
Interesting.
those games I also thought were like 7.5s. They're good. They're not amazing to me. They're good. It's as good as those games.
Oh, I would probably rank Limbo and Inside higher than you, honestly. So I might be.
Oh, yeah,
probably
oh,
off
sorry.
more
Inside is
too.
better than Limbo, 100%. So I should say Limbo's a step down, but Inside and Cocoon are on the same level.
Okay.
So, Tequila wants to know what game to have big expectations for and it flopped. I will say, wait, real quick. Last surprising game, Hi-Fi Rush. It's like a rhythm action-based game. Dropped it out of nowhere. It was very good. Anyway, on to Tequila's question. I wouldn't say it flopped, and I think Trell will agree with me, but we can get to this when he gets to his list. I had higher expectations for Devil and Me. I thought the game would be like a 7.5, maybe even 8 as the end of season 1, especially coming hot off House of Ashes, which I think was both of our favorites. It just wasn't as good as I want it to be. Not just because the curator won. It's not even about that. It's just I don't feel like the decisions were significant. I thought that actually I won't say too much for people who want to play it like Wombat. I thought there were some aspects of the story which were unrealistic given the more grounded setting the game tried to portray itself in. But I expected a bit more, and I thought the inventory system was a bit lackluster. And there were a few story points I know Trell knows as well, with like, hey, this is a thing, and they use that thing one time and never again. I'm like, all right, so
Yep. Yes, and yes. I would agree with
Yep.
all those points. To be honest, to me, that
Like-
was the biggest disappointment game of the year. I still had
Yes.
a blast playing it, and no regrets.
agreed,
No regrets
agreed.
on
No
doing it.
regrets.
But like, for like you said, if we're coming off of, I think which is genuinely the most loved game of their series, which was House of Ashes.
Yep,
And
so
all of a
good.
sudden come into a game that I think it might have the worst reviews, maybe.
It does. It doesn't help that it's a bit buggier than the other ones.
It is like despite this the beef that I might have with like the storyline and some of the things the points that you stated with like choices not feeling as weighted or something like that, you know.
Yes.
It's like I think it fell flat on your last performance for season 1, where I thought you were going to end with like where was our
Exactly.
crescendo? It was
That's
like
what I
okay.
wanted.
Yeah, so I hope they come out swinging with season 2.
And even like, okay, I'm gonna DM you something real quick, Charles. Again, this is just to avoid some spoilers
Sure.
for chat. But
I'm getting the
when
DMs
this
with them.
happened,
Ooh.
when this happened, what was that? Like, that's another thing that happened. Maybe that'll be addressed in season 2.
Yeah, like it was like yes,
I don't know what that was.
It wasn't even properly addressed, in my opinion. It was kind of like it was like
I can't
that's
believe
weird,
that they did
and then
that.
it just kept
yeah.
going.
Mm.
And then real quick, yeah, sorry, can I end my thing real quick? Then
Yeah.
you're done.
I had a
Just
question.
touch
but
on-
go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Oh, if you go with your question first, if it's relevant, go ahead.
So, would you say that consistently that team puts out games with bugs? Like, do you have bugs in other games? And because I had that major bug in Man of
Right.
Medan where like I couldn't complete the game, like, I couldn't continue. In fact, I had to start a new save, right? And there was the risk
Yeah.
of it hitting at the same place, right? So,
Sharon and I played Man of Medan in person, so that was a
Right.
bit different for us, but we didn't experience bugs in that case. And then
good.
for Little Hope and House of Ashes, it was lagging us a couple times or it dropped our inputs, but I wouldn't say we had any bugs. Do you agree, Trell?
Yeah, I would actually say
Like me.
that those games, they've all been pretty polished for me. That I wouldn't like any lag, like internet issues. I
Yeah.
wouldn't hold that against them. Devil and Me had the first occurrence of actual bugs, and it was just funny stuff like it could be something from just graphical issues, not like things being rendered weird, or then like it was like even just movement issues where it was like Kirby, I think you got camera janked a couple times where all of a sudden it was like you couldn't, the camera wouldn't follow you and you were like off screen. It was like I need to get back on screen.
I
And it was,
got lost.
yeah, it was like a pain. It was like a good like maybe 5 minutes. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it was like trying to sit
Felt
there and
like
like get me back on the camera, and all of a sudden it was just like the camera would let go, and you're like, wait, okay, we're away at the races now. Let's go. It's like,
Yep.
but just things like that. It was like that. This is for your last one in the series. This is the letdown a little bit.
It was. So, again, I wouldn't consider it a flop. I wouldn't say I regret it, but that was probably the game I had. There was the biggest differential between what I expected and what the game was. There are absolutely worse games I played this year, but I also didn't expect shit from them. So I was like, all right, that's about on par.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I think with our growing expectations and our love for that, I was,
I
and then
still love
like
it. Yep.
I won't say anymore, but like I know the curator got me. I'll just say the curator got me, and I don't feel like I got properly got. I feel like
I
got
agree with that.
robbed.
Honestly, even with Little Hope, I think you got scammed when he got us. I just think he's scamming. He's scamming.
He is. He knows that he's like, okay, I'm just gonna hit the delete key and then I won. It's like, no, and that's not fair.
Yeah, he's absolutely scamming. To quickly address two things, Vi, you mentioned Callisto. That game actually scored higher than I expected. I gave it a 7.5. People trashed on that game, and I thought that it was gonna be like a 6. And so I waited until it was $15. I bought it. I liked it a lot. The atmosphere was great. The graphics were fantastic. Yes, the combat and the exploration weren't as polished as Dead Space, but I thought it was a really good time. The gore was good. I enjoyed the upgrades. It was really, really good. So I like Callisto. Same thing with Forspoken. People trashed the shit out of that game too, and I think the story sucked, yes. And the world was a bit bland, but the combat was fantastic. Both those games deserved better. And to very quickly answer, was it Kabito's question, Metal Hellsinger, I gave it an 8.5. The music was amazing. I love the rhythm to it. The gunplay was fun. The score system was good. Overall, that was a really, really good game that I actually only started because I was jealous that Trell was getting to play Doom and I wasn't getting to play Doom. And so I wanted to play a Doom style game. So
Would you say is better than 2016?
no, it's not.
Okay.
But it's only because if it were longer and had a bit more weapon variety, it's close. Doom 2016 was honestly also an 8.5, but I'd give the edge to it over Hellsinger, and then Doom Eternal's like a 9. I love it even more.
It's better. Ooh.
Quick rating for Hogwarts. Hogwarts was good for the first third of the game, and then I felt that let me say this. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I gave it a 7. I very much enjoyed the world for the first third of the game, and then after that, the gameplay wasn't there for me because I don't care as much about the lore or the characters or the locations. If you cared about all that, you'd probably give it an 8.5 or an 8 at the very least.
Did it feel repetitive to a non-HP fan?
It did, and that's a me problem. I bought the game because it looked pretty, and it was very pretty, and I thought the world was one of the coolest things there. For Mass Effect, and I know Wombat, you said this too, I played all Mass Effects this year. I previously had played 2, but never 1 and 3, so I bought the Legacy Collection and played them all.
What was your first playthrough of those?
I love them. 2 is my favorite. So for 1, 2, 3, the scores are 8, 9, 8 respectively. 2, in my opinion, has the best story. I absolutely love the story. More than the gameplay even, which is... You should absolutely play them. They're all fantastic. It is lengthy to play through all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But they're all very, very good. And even though I've heard mixed reviews about Mass Effect Andromeda, I still want to play it.
I've never touched anything from that series myself.
Yep.
What's the way to play it? Did you play the OG ones, or is there a remastered, or?
I played the remastered in the Legacy edition because it's better quality of life. And one of the best things about it, if you don't already know about Mass Effect, is you play Mass Effect 1, you're this dude Shepard, or that's your default name, whatever. When you beat it, your choices matter, and you start Mass Effect 2, your character transfers over, and all the choices you made for Mass Effect 1 affect the world state at the start of Mass Effect 2. And the same goes from 2 to 3. Yeah. So it's sort of like awesome. And that's so fucking cool, because when I first played Mass Effect 2, they gave me some generic-ass Shepard where none of my decisions mattered. And so when you're playing the Legendary Edition, it's very easy to transfer your saves versus doing it the janky way, so that's why I say play the remakes in that capacity. But carrying over your decisions, and the decisions you make in Mass Effect 1 will affect stuff that happens in Mass Effect 3. And overall, it's a very, very cool thing, and I don't think any game has done it that well that I've played. Is decisions mattering and seeing like, oh damn, my consequences are here. It's so fun.
Nice.
And if you're worried, like you can still respec. Like there's different builds. Just because you're the same Shepard, there's a lore reason for it. You can like, oh, I don't want to be a soldier anymore. I want to be some like magic caster dude. You can still respec your dude even though you're the same character. So.
I'm glad you said that about Callisto Protocol too, because actually I have that as a game.
CC gave it to you, right?
Yeah, CC gave it to me, and I still haven't made my way to it yet.
It's good. People dunked on it way too hard. Like
I heard that. Like, is it? So when you played it, it's been out for what, like 2 years now, or 1 year?
When did it come out? The end of 2021. Let's see.
I wonder if they've cleaned it up, because I think a lot of times people said the actual gameplay itself was not as good.
Oh, it came out a year ago, December 2nd of last year. So what were you saying though?
Well, was it like any issues that you would point out, like off the cuff? What would you say about it?
My main issue is that, and I know you should play it on the harder settings, because when you dodge, how it should work is because it's more melee focused. There are guns and with more limited ammo, but they really want you to embrace the melee combat. And so one of people's biggest complaint was an enemy swinging at you. You'd think, oh, I'm going to press the dodge button right before they hit. And you can do that, and it will do a fun little parry, but you can also just hold the dodge button like an hour before they even swing, an hour before the enemy's on screen, and it will dodge. So it's very difficult to get hit. if it's a one-on-one fight. Unless you're playing on the hardest setting, then they make you time it. And I think that adds a lot to the tension because their big selling point is you're up in the enemy's face, and it's a bit scarier in that capacity. The other thing I'd say is if it's like a 3-on-1, they like to mob you sometimes. It can be really difficult to see all the enemies at once in tight corridors. And that was a complaint I had where I'd be dying, not because I was bad, because I'm never bad, ever, but because there were enemies off screen like launching shit at me or hitting like, bro, I can't see you. And so it can be a bit clunky in that aspect. But in any case, even putting those aside, oh, and I guess my last complaint, sorry, is the upgrades for the weapons aren't nearly as fun as they are in Dead Space. I know I shouldn't compare it to Dead Space, but that's its inspiration, right?
It is. I think that's completely accurate compared to that.
Thank you. So there are 5 upgrades per weapon, and except for the final upgrade, they're all the same. Where it's okay, more ammo, more damage, less recoil. Every weapon has those, or I guess there's only 4 upgrades. And then the last upgrade is something unique to the weapon. Like it might be exploding rounds or something. So the upgrades don't feel as fun. We're like, oh, I'm gonna get more ammo. I really hate when upgrades are just stat upgrades. I want it to be something more tangible. And so that was my final complaint. But the atmosphere, the story, the sound effects are all fantastic, and I very much think it should be played and not let people dismiss you into thinking it's trash, because it's not trash. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I was excited when CC actually gifted that to me because I still want to play. Well, Dead Space is one of my favorite horror games series. I love it so much. So it's really interesting to me that you got to do Dead Space and Callisto at the same time, and
this year,
that was fun. With that fresh comparison in mind, you're still walking away saying that you should at least try Callisto. So I'm excited. You
absolutely should. If you like Dead Space, you should try Callisto. It's good.
I do remember people talking about it being like dog crap easy for the.
It is very easy if you don't play on the harder difficulty modes, just because it's so easy. Unless it's just so easy to dodge shit, unless you're fighting multiple enemies. So that's why I say you should play on hard, because they actually then make you time the dodges, so it's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Good call out.
If there aren't any final questions about my list, I'm happy to give you the floor, Tron. You can talk about your list.
So I want to mention some games from Kirby's list that are games that I'd love to play in the future. Alan Wake 2.
So good. So good.
Let's see. What else we got?
That was also a 9. I loved it. More for the story. The story in that game is really good, and the setting.
Pikmin 4 was one that I definitely want to play.
Favorite Pikmin game.
And Talos Principle 2.
Yes, Talos Principle 2 was great as well, of course.
I'm surprised that didn't make your game of the year.
It's all puzzles, yeah. Wombat and I played Wombat finished the DLC for Talos Principle earlier this year. You'll get to that.
Yeah.
But Wombat and I played Talos Principle, I think in the same year, and we both liked it a lot, and the sequel came out this year.
Yeah.
And so I got into that, and it was
apparently good. It's like all stops are off. It's like better in every way than the first game, and the first game's great, right?
It is. I agree. There are sometimes I think there's a bit too much lore or talking, but you'll probably appreciate that and give it a higher score because of that. But yes, it is.
Dave the Diver is something that kind of slowly creeped into, like, just came out of nowhere, right? And it seems like a quirky game, but it looks like fun. It's definitely something I'd like to play at some point.
Wait, which one? Sorry, what?
Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver. Yeah, Dave the Diver's a good time.
I think Matt liked that one. He spoke pretty highly of it in Discord.
He loved it. Yeah.
That looks like one. Did it have DLC? Was that one of the announcements at the Game Awards?
Yeah, they gave it DLC up. It was actually a crossover with another game I just picked up. I haven't played yet, called Dredge, another fishing style game. Dredge, that was more Eldritch Lovecraftian horror while you're fishing. So I'm curious how that crossover is going to go. But yes,
interesting.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it looks like it's got some comedy to it. That's a bit cheeky, and I don't know. I'd be interested in picking that one up myself, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Really quickly to heal Super Mario RPG. I gave it a 7.5. It's fun. I played the original 2 a while ago. It's a solid JRPG. It's got some good humor. The action commands are fun. They add a few new things for the remake. I ended up scoring a bit lower than I expected, but that's mostly because it doesn't really do anything new for turn-based games. And that's fine. It doesn't really have to. It's an old SNES game, but it's fun. It's a great game. And if you're just looking for a safe but solid JRPG, you should play it.
See, okay, you kind of touched on a point that I was about to ask you when you started this. So would you expect something like that to bring something fresh to it, or would you want it to just be true to a remake of the original?
I want remakes for the most part. I want them to do three things. Sorry, obviously be prettier. If it's not prettier, then I'm like, why are you remaking it? So be
Oh,
prettier.
absolutely. Yep.
Yep. Add quality of life. Those are the two bare minimum. But I do like when games add something new to it. I know that's iffy because people are like, oh, you should keep it clean. But I like that Resident Evil 4 remake added a few new mechanics. I like that Super Mario RPG added post game boss battles and like a super meter to the game. I think it's nice when they add new things because generally people have played these games before, not always. So I think it adds things for the people who have already played the game. And we'll talk about this when we talk about games we're looking forward to next year. But when they remake Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, I'm hoping they add new games to that too. But
They're remaking that? I didn't know that.
They are for the Switch, yeah. I really like when remakes add new things that weren't in the original game, whether it's small stuff like new weapons,
improvements and stuff, or like
cut content.
Cut content,
So,
yeah. That's the big one that I always hope for is the cut content, like fitting it in, the stuff that they wanted to do, make it a labor of love.
Agreed. I really wish Shadow of the Colossus, I wish they would have done it. In the Demon's Souls remake, I wish they would have added the 6th area that was originally cut from the base game. So I really like
Zelda
when
games
they
too. The remakes for like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, Wind Waker especially, they had a huge section cut that could have been really fun to add. Yeah,
I didn't know that it had something cut. I would agree with those points. I think debatable on the content like of that large proportion, maybe even just followed up with a DLC. Sometimes that could be a significant
I'd be fine if it was a DLC. That's fine by me.
It depends on where it was in the story though, right? Because like if it was something significant for the story, like having it be DLC doesn't tie it in, then right?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I would agree that like I think it's almost expected to nowadays when you make a remaster. To be honest, I wouldn't want something completely 100% true to the original game just with updated graphics, because like I don't really need to buy you then, because that's one of the low selling points for me is graphics. I'm like, I can play something that looks like crap and I'm completely fine with it. But I think when you do a remastered, you should freshen it up to be in par with expectations nowadays of video games, and the expectations have changed. Like you can't get away with the same things that you released forever ago. And if you took a game that released forever ago and released it today, it's not going to score as highly as it would, because there's just certain benchmarks that people are expecting you to hit now. And you got away with that a bit more when it was, technology or whatever was not as good.
Yeah, I mean, and we've had a podcast about this in the past, so feel free to go into the VODs. We talked about remix versus remasters and what to expect for those. So I don't want to hash over it too much, but I think there is a difference between the two, and one they could get away with adding the content that they didn't get to, and one they need to stay faithful to the original game, right? Yeah, it all depends on what the intention is with it. So yeah, Kirby, awesome job.
Thank you.
I don't think I'll ever be able to hold a candle to the amount of games that you complete each year. But I always make a valiant effort to try.
I'm excited to see how many games you got this year. You seem like you made some pretty big progress, but we'll be there soon, I suppose. So I'll hold my thoughts on that.
But if I had to hold you to, like, that you only could play 5 of those games this year, which ones would it be?
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say, opening back up, Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom need to be in there because not only are they phenomenal, but they're very long, and so that gives me a lot of gameplay time.
Okay.
I need something a bit more actiony, and my favorite action game this year was Armored Core, and there's also a lot of replayability in there, going for S ranks especially, so I'll throw Armored Core in there.
Oh man, I almost thought he was going to say Armed and Dangerous when he went armed.
Oh my god.
It's like, what? Okay, continue.
No. And then what do I want? Honestly, I'm going to throw Cyberpunk in there as well. I really enjoyed that as a good action RPG. And then I only get one more game? Fuck. I'm going to throw in... I don't have any Souls games in there. And I like a good Souls game.
I was like, dude, no Souls?
I'm throwing in Liza P. Liza P is going in. I loved Liza P.
Oh man, yeah, we didn't even really cover that. Yeah, was that your only Souls game this year?
Hold on. Demon's Souls remake, but doesn't count. I only played that again because the first time I played it, it wasn't on my real PlayStation account. I didn't have the trophies, and that bothered me.
Oh,
Was that?
okay,
Oh
yeah.
no, Remnant 2. Remnant 2 as well. I played those 2 games this year. I think those are my only 2 Souls games though.
Wow, that's a low bar for you, man.
That's not great. Why the
Yeah.
I'm currently playing Jedi Survivor, but I'm not going to beat it in 12 hours or whatever, 16
Right.
hours. So yeah, that's it. That's bullshit. Hold on, that's bullshit.
Man, I thought you were a big Souls lover.
What happened to
Dang.
me? Where's your list? What Souls games did you play?
Well,
All
dude, I
right,
don't know
all right. Let's
actually.
bring up Trell's list.
Pull up his list. Pull up the receipts. I only got 2.5 if you count the remake. God
Wait,
damn.
where's all my other games actually? Where's
What? Do you even have a single soul? Oh, you got Elden Ring. All right.
Elden Ring, baby? Oh yeah, there you go. You got the big
All
fat
right,
boy
fine.
on
You got the
there.
king of the Souls games.
Shit, was that the
All right.
only?
Yeah,
that the
I think it
only
was your only
Souls-like?
one.
Wow, man, we talk so much love about Souls games, and we put up some low
Listen,
numbers
it's
for
not
Souls.
our fault. They didn't give us enough good Souls games
Yeah,
this year.
we're out.
Oh my god, dude! I put
I
up
guess
some
is
bad
Blasphemous
numbers today.
Souls like? Because you did play
It's more
Blasphemous.
Metroidvania than Souls. Okay, it's Souls like in the way Hollow Knight is Souls like. So
Okay. Yeah.
That's true. Like, I guess I would consider Hollow Knight and Blasphemous a Souls like just 2D platforming
yeah,
or
they have some
Metroidvania
inspiration,
style.
I suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
That's a
So-
good call out. I was
so-
thinking more like the 3D actual Souls lookalikes.
Yeah.
man, you guys have like the Surge. There's Neo. There's Code Vein. There's fuck. It came out. I can't remember. It's the one where you were like a plague doctor dude. There's so many though.
So Code Vein though is also that's a lot of JRPG influence too, right?
It's anime Souls, people will call it. But
Anime
yes.
Souls. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry, your list, Trell.
But it's actually not a. It actually is a Souls like. I need to look at that closer then.
It is though. I'm glad you kept the dark pictures in all caps how I had it, mostly as a meme. But
I love. I just saw that this morning. I missed it when you originally posted that in our group chat.
Yeah, of
but
course it is.
The dark picture.
I literally just copied and pasted it. I'm not going to
Perfect.
do any more work than that.
good.
Oh man! So this year for me, there's this whole theme was games that people have gifted me, and I feel like I put a huge dent in it. I still feel like I got some that I would like to bang out. So we'll see where those lie in accordance with the new theme that I'm going to do in 2024. But Alt F4 that came out hot, swinging out of nowhere. It was a non sequitur that Tony just
From a
dropped
hot
on me.
proposition.
Oh, a hot proposition
where did that
Mr.
come
Yugen
from?
had.
Did he just have this idea one day of I'm gonna challenge Trell or like?
Yeah, so I know Mr. Yugen in real life.
Yeah.
I've met him, and he had a hot proposition with his wife
With
for
his
me,
wife.
and he they both wanted to. I guess they both saw. I don't know if it was like Dr. Lupo or who it was that they saw play Alt F4, but they were like. They saw it and they immediately thought of me, and I feel so loved and respected by them that they see something such hot garbage and they first think of me. So they came at me and they were like, you can play this and then you can make Tony play anything. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like a hot deal. I'll take you up on that. So Alt F4 came to my life and man, was it bad. That was a salt fest to be had. And I'm just glad that Pandemonium is absolutely just doing it to Mr. Yugen. So
Yeah, but you got scammed on that proposition.
he hasn't finished it yet, and we're ending the year. So I feel like I
He's
need
got to
to.
be punished.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be punishment. I'm gonna have to make sure I add clauses like that to any
He'll have
impromptu.
to incur a
do.
good old rogue scholar's consequence, right?
Exactly. There needs to. My lawyers need to go through these like little like impromptu contracts here, but with a fine tooth comb. Anyways, Amnesia was fantastic. I think I did quite a bit of horror games too, because I started once spooky season came up. I really started to like hang around the horror genres just because I love horror games and horror movies. So Amnesia was great. That was my intro into that series. There's quite a bit more. There's like 4 more in there. I think the next one would be Machine for Pigs. So I'm looking forward to it. It was huge atmosphere and a lot of sound play. So it was great.
Yeah.
Blasphemous, Elden Ring. I'll just tackle those both together. Both great. Souls-like. Honestly, I am looking forward to the Elden Ring DLC that we're supposedly getting in February.
I hope that's true.
Oh wait.
That's what the rumors say.
Oh cool.
That's what the rumors say.
On the anniversary.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Like, if when February comes and goes and we still haven't heard anything, I know it's just going to be in the back of the pile with Silk Song. So, uh, Catherine, Choo Choo Charles, reunion chat room. Catherine, what that was from you, Kirby. What was
That
that?
was from
Rogue
me.
Scholar?
Yeah, because I was going to give you
Scholar.
Everhood, by the way, but then you already owned it, so I was like, fuck. So then I give you Catherine instead.
Catherine. Yeah, no.
Catherine? Love is
Catherine gave us
over.
Catherine gave us a ton of
Edge.
memes. I'll say like the who's the people who make that game?
Atlas.
Atlas, yeah,
Persona
them
game.
and Persona. I respect the humor and everything in those games. I really do like it for all those things. The actual gameplay of like Persona 5, I hate. I mean, but that's just turn-based JRPGs in general. I just hate. But
Yup.
Catherine was unique in that puzzly kind of like edging and undo.
Edge. Undo, yeah.
Undo. But like I was actually really glad to play that game. It was pretty fun
Nice.
in the end. Dead Rising 4 was fantastic in the sense that it scratched
Dead
that Dead
Rising.
Rising itch. It was probably the letdown of the series, I would say.
It was.
It was too clean, which is funny to say. Like, it was actually a proper polished game.
That's not
but-
what we're here for.
Yeah, it was like,
Capcom.
no, this is not what Dead Rising's about. And we want that broken, crappy stuff where it's
Yes.
just dumping on you. Because like even the maniacs and bosses and stuff like that weren't like up to snuff in my opinion. Not as crappy enough.
They weren't. They had no jank. Most of them didn't have intro cutscenes. Like, they didn't
Yep.
do any bullshit like teleport around the room or combo you 8 times in a row until you can't get up. I was like, where is this?
Yeah. What else we got in here? Fashion Police, was that the Secret Santa
Secret
game?
Santa from Z, I think.
From Z, I think it was. That was really good, actually. That was such a
Yup.
surprise. Like when I got that put on me, I was like, "What is he gonna do to me?" But that was actually legitimately good. It was probably up there with Warhammer on that kind of Doom style
Mhm.
thing. And then I'm playing Doom 2016 right now, so it's like that's
So good.
it all
I'm so
just kind of goes
jealous.
together. Those are really good games that all kind of paired nicely with me.
Mhm.
It's like drinking nice fine wines one after another there. So the surprise game for me of the year probably was looking at this list, 5 Dates maybe.
Okay.
I didn't really know that. I had no idea. Via you put me on that one.
Was that your first
and,
FMV game, like with like real actors, or I can't remember? And if
with
so, what did you
real
think about
actors?
that?
Well, because there was also Simulacra.
Which was
and
after 5 Dates, right? Or am I misremembering?
It was
the
after.
timeline?
That
Okay,
might be
yeah.
my first one with real actors, actually. Maybe. It was really good though.
Okay.
I'm down to play more because it's in the same wheelhouse as any kind of like Dream Daddy or
Yeah.
what else do I got on this list? Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which again, I apparently when I start those choice based games or those FMVs, I just also become that streamer nonstop because I think there was like did I go from how many are there just FMVs on here? Holy crap! At least 3. Was that it? I thought I put up more numbers than that. So I know I would like to do. I think the next one is 10 Dates. I think was the next. I would play that one.
Oh, there's a sequel.
There is a sequel to it. I would play it. There was good humor, and that studio does good stuff. So, and we'll touch on Sonic the Hedgehog. That was also an unexpected one because they kind of dropped that one. Was it on?
April Fool's game.
Yeah, it was an April Fool's game. It was
Yep.
just like kind of came out out of left field, and it took the community by surprise. Especially for it being like a Sonic game made by the Sonic developers.
Played by the
It's
actual
like,
Sonic team, yeah.
It was so good though. It was just great humor and everything. It was right up there with Dream Daddy for me. Outer Wilds, I was glad to do that and even come back to it with the DLC.
Let's
Loved it.
go.
Yeah, Outer Wilds
Plus-
was originally a Rogue Scholars Challenge game for me back a couple years ago.
That's right.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was. It was what
Last year, Kibito.
2 or 3 years ago? 2 years ago, I think.
I wish they would come out with a sequel for that game
Last
because
year.
they absolutely know how to handle like every scenario just of like spookiness, puzzles, adventure. They just capture every essence of those words and put it into like a video game form, and it's just an amazing. I can't say enough about that. Like that would be like an 11 out of 10. Those games are so freaking good. Puss was a great game too. That was another Rogue Scholar one that got switched out for the grass cutter.
Grass cutting. Yeah.
Man, I can't. I wish you would go back to Puss. That game was fun, and so many memes came out of that too.
Man, I
But
really
I love that
like.
one.
I mean, I will admit that I enjoyed what I did play. It's just it was hell on my wrist. It really was to hold down that like to move things around, and yeah, it just was rough. So,
I get
um,
it.
but I'm glad you were able to beat it for the team. Just like I beat
Yeah.
Grasscutter for the team. So,
Yep. We're doing each other some favors there.
yeah,
Look at that. Kill the vampire.
Give me candy. Or I want candy. Give me candy. Shit. Not,
candy.
all I know is it's really good.
I think out of this list, game of the year for me, I mean, probably I guess it would have to be Elden Ring. I think
I
that's
was gonna say, is it not Elden Ring?
I know
Damn.
it'd have to be Elden Ring out of this list, but there's also some like Elden Ring. I would definitely would say, however, is not my favorite Souls-like game. I would still give that
Okay.
to Dark Souls 3. I liked the open world concept and the exploration of Elden Ring that it brought. I thought that was really good. However, I appreciated the linear and storytelling aspects of Dark Souls 3 better than Elden Ring. It
Mhm.
also kind of ends up for a better gaming experience in those scenarios. I think now that we've seen an open world concept, because I think like every game is trying to be open world. It doesn't mean they should be open world because there's sometimes just either boring atmosphere or not enough content or something like that. So it's just like don't if you have to make it linear, do it. But I think that like the risk of doing the open world for Souls like is sometimes you can end up like not doing an area or something like that, and then you come back to that area because you're just kind of like following where your heart desires, right, and where it leads you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I ended up missing this, but it's because I got distracted and went over here. But when you come back to it, you're like over leveled, and it's like, ooh, okay, and now this is too easy. So it's just strange kind of thing how it worked out, but it was a good learning curve.
What was your biggest surprise of the year, if you had one? If anything was like, damn, that was really. If you already said that, sorry, I don't. Maybe I missed it, but
I don't know if Sonic the Hedgehog counts as my
probably
biggest
that,
surprise of
that,
the
that can
year.
count. It dropped out of nowhere, especially. So
Yeah, like when it got announced on Twitter, I was like, "What is that?" And then when I kind of went into it, I was like greatly surprised. Alt
yeah,
F4 also just being dropped on me from Mr. Yugen and his wife when they propositioned me. That was
what a
also a
game.
hot one. I never even heard that game. Apparently, there's an Alt F4 2 out there as well. So,
Oh, there
ooh
is.
la la,
Alt F42.
F42.
Yeah. How did you like Sanitarium? That was a kind of a new kind of genre for you.
Yeah, the point click. That's actually a really good call out. I mean, I've played point clicks, but never really streamed them. And that being a horror point click, there's quite a few horror point clicks on Steam, and I'd be interested
Mhm.
in trying more of them. I like it. I think Simulacra is dated. I really enjoyed that I got to play it. It is dated, but I would want to see a fresh comparison of a newly made point click adventure in the horror genre and see where that whole where did we go from there? Because Simulacra was great and it was a bit long. I think like sometimes it tried to just spin out more content with which it was able to because it just kept coming up with weirder and weirder things. It was so bizarre. So it wasn't necessarily if you're looking for anything that's actually going to like grip you or actually do the jump scares on you. That I don't know if point clicks can do that. Maybe a guy would be proved wrong with some newer ones, but it definitely had like the creepy vibe and stuff like that. And it gave us a bunch of memes, which I'm always for. So
Always for the memes. Yup.
give me the memes.
All right. Um, let's see. And did you say what your least favorite game was?
Oh, least favorite. Man, that's rough. I mean, I could say Alt F4 just because that was also completely crap. But I've already class reunion chat room probably sucked. It was interesting. The storyline was kind of like, ooh, okay, and it was creepy. There
Mhm.
wasn't really any gameplay in it. It was kind of just following along a track. But I'm okay with that. it was what it was. Like I wouldn't. That's rough to say. It sucks. I don't think that about it. I think anyone should go out there and do it. It's like a really quick playthrough, and it's just spooky kind of thing. It's kind of like I think someone that did that better was, I think this was on my last year's list, was Cut to the Core. That was way better than Class Reunion Chat Room.
That's
But
true. I guess
still-
they're both just reading. You don't do anything, right? You don't make decisions.
You don't really even have decisions, I don't think. So, but
Right.
Class Reunion being kind of like one stationary thing rather than like Cut to the Core, which was like almost reading a comic. I just think the execution was better on Cut to the Core.
Mhm.
So worst game. Uh, I mean, if I would like pull the thread of disappointment, maybe Dark Pictures or maybe
Mm.
Dead Rising, but that's only because not like they're totally bad games, but just it disappointed me in the ways that it came out.
Yep.
So I feel like they'd be one of those. However, it's weird to say that because at the same time I'm like I am so happy that I did play both of those because I had to just because of the predecessors or whatever. So good stuff. Snap is not really gameplay. I threw Snap on there last minute when we were coming up with these lists in our like little DM groups. So I added Marvel Snap to the thing because I feel like that's one of those games, and we've talked about this before too, like on a previous podcast or even in Discord, or something like what does constitute beating a game? And a lot of times it's like it's a no brainer. Like, oh, did you get the credits to roll? A lot of games will follow that trope, but I feel like I don't think you get to even see credits unless you just go to like options and find credits for Marvel Snap. But I've like gotten to above level 50 like several times. I've made several decks. I've beaten lots of people, and I'm like I would say I'm satisfied. I could never play it again and be like, yeah, I'm done with everything that there's to offer in that game. So I would say I beat it.
Nice. So I guess that brings it to me, right? Or do you have anything else,
Yes.
Cal? All right. So with Kirby's whitish background, it's cutting off a couple.
Here, I can turn my camera for a second.
Now you're good.
You just need to put like a green screen behind yourself.
Here,
I got
here's
it.
what I'll do. I'll just
I can
change this real quick. One
Yep.
sec.
Can you just make yourself have a Batman background? Actually, that'd be dark.
I'm gonna move this here. What? Who's messaging me?
I just wanted to tell you now, because I forgot until just now. When that was going on with Halo, that was me the entire time.
Oh, you suck.
I forgot about that until I went to change my background and I saw it's the soundboard in Discord. So I'm sorry, I forgot that I was doing that. I'm like, oh, that's right, I was doing that. It
You're
was always
driving
me.
insane.
That was always me. So I just want to let you know before I forgot, because I meant to tell you at the podcast. And I almost forgot until
That's
I saw
slow
it.
fucking
It was-
burn, dude. What the hell?
Kirby, you fucked up. We haven't even got to the part yet where we started to give each other games. So now he's gonna reconsider.
Oh, that's a good point. I should wait till. No, it wasn't me.
Oh,
Why?
Trell.
Was
All
that?
right. All right. Yep. All right.
I know you did, Via.
Kirby, you fucked around, and now you're gonna find out.
What did I do? I'm gonna get the shittiest game. He's gonna be Armed and Dangerous too.
The betrayal.
Dangerous too.
Betrayal.
That's good.
Wow. It ended up that there was that Halo Infinite did have notifications on it, was making sounds too, so there were sounds coming through from not only
That's very possible. A lot of them were me though. Just pulling shit on the soundboard.
I'm so glad I moved to Jaeger for multiplayer, man.
Where's that sound? Oh, here it is. And then you can do like.
Yeah, because like I wasn't, especially because you didn't have your camera on, I wasn't even having the Discord up, so like there's like you get a little like speaker popping up when you make a sound.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, I literally did it again. I was like, why the fuck am I hearing messages? Like, I've got streamer mode enabled. Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I accept whatever
Crazy.
I'm gonna get.
All right, so you can see my games on there. If It's kind of in a different order than what I have it because I order mine usually by the order in which I play them. So let's see.
I do too, and then I just rearrange it for
Right,
this.
yeah, but I'm not. I yeah, I posted it, but yeah, I'll have to like kind of peer at this. So, I played 30. Let's see here. 30 games this year that
Nice.
were new, and then three more which I went back and played again to fully complete them and get 100% on them. So the
Okay.
100% games I did was I went back and played Journey so that I could get the last achievement for that. And then Grass Cutter, I went back and I finished all the achievements to say it's completely done. I got rid of it from my computer. It went to Game Gel in my Steam library. Nobody can ever say that Grass Cutter is not partially done. It's done. Done. It's fully complete. Uh,
Man, you had beef with that.
I even reached out to
GG's,
the
dude.
dev
GG's.
to like be like, hey, where's the last secret door? And he's like, oh, I'm so glad that somebody's still playing this. And he gave me a hot take of where the secret door was. So it was good. And then the
Oh,
medium
nice.
was the last one of the three. I went back and got the rest of the achievements for that one.
See, I feel like the gaming community now needs a new speedrunner for that game. You seem like you have a lot of potential to start speedrunning that game. Come on now, Wombat.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
no speed runs.
Nope.
I'm checking speedrun.com for that game right now.
I wonder if there is something, but yeah. So I let's see. Looking at my stats for this year, I completed 16 games and beat 17 games.
Wow, very nice. A 50-50, 50-50 split.
Yeah, that's very similar to last year. Last year I did 23 games beat, 24 games completed, so
Okay.
very similar, but like not as high numbers as last year. Last year I had a progress index of 13 off of my backlog. This year I only had 2, but it is still a positive number, so I still count that as a good thing.
Sure. Yeah.
2021 I had a negative 33, so I still haven't recovered from 2021. So, and it just gets worse from there. 2020 was with all those Steam Humble Bundle sales. I got a
God,
negative 201 for 2020. Yeah, because I got like 180 games from that one Steam sale for the COVID relief, and then another whole bunch of games from the Forest Fire relief for Australia. So, but not going too far back, yeah, it was a good year. One thing that kind of the theme for this year for me was sequel series games. So any game that was part of a sequel or a series was fair game in some way, shape, or form. So there's a lot of those in there. Not every game ended up fitting it because, you know, spooky season, I didn't really care about the theme, but I did still try and stick with it. And then, you know, there was the Rogue Scholars Challenge game and the Secret Santas because we had 2 this year.
That's right. Secret Santa, Summer Secret Santa, or whatever.
Summer
Yeah.
Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Armed and Dangerous was what it was.
Yes.
Kirby kind of talked about already. It was a little bit more livable for me because I didn't have the 120 frame rate issues that he did, but it was still garbage, yeah. But I did beat finally Breath of the Wild fully. I actually consider that to be mastered.
With your map, absolutely.
Because with the map and everything like that, yeah. Map came out great. I'm actually working on the Tears of the Kingdom one right now, which is why you don't see Tears of the Kingdom on the list because ultimately speaking, I stopped because I wanted to finish the map so I could continue playing, and I need to let another cat out in a second. But yeah, Breath of the Wild was awesome. Really enjoyed the ending. Really enjoyed. I mean, 4 months out of this year, I played Zelda. It was either 2 months of Breath of the Wild or 2 months of Tears of the Kingdom. So
That's awesome.
to have this much done, despite that, because I didn't really start beating games until June, aside from Resident Evil 4 and Breath of the Wild. Everything else was after Tears of the Kingdom. So pretty
Okay.
crazy. I guess
Look,
Night in the
that's the
Woods
same way.
also. That was my Secret Santa game from
Oh, yeah, that's
last year.
right.
Night in the Woods was actually really good. I recommend it. Really story driven. Really adorable characters. Everybody is very interesting and unique, and there's a lot of interactivity and your choices matter. Depending on what you do, you see different things happen in the game. So it's really cool. So yeah, I recommend it. I really did like the Resident Evil 4 remake. Resident Evil 4 is a nostalgia game for me. It's the first Resident Evil game I ever played, and I never got to beat it growing up because it was at a friend's house, and I would come over and play it with them, and I never got through the whole game. So
I
it was
remember
nice
games
to
like that.
sign. I never got past a specific boss battle because I got ammo locked in it.
Oh no!
Yeah, the ammo
Um,
lock situation.
For those of you who have played that game, it's the little guy. I won't say anything more than that. Let's see. For multiplayer, we did Borderlands, the pre-sequel, for a good bit of this year with Jaeger. That was fun. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Man, that was a good conclusion to the series. Really enjoyed it. Not much more to say. It was kind of the same as the other two. But yeah, it was fun. Let's see.
More storyline content to be impressed with it more than gameplay. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, the gameplay was fine. The gameplay was about the same as the other two. Story was fine. It was good. It wasn't like it didn't blow my mind, but it was fun. So
Okay.
let's see. So Ori and the Will of the Wisps was the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. I really enjoyed
I
it.
should have played that.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think it took a lot of good stuff from the first game and improved upon it. I really enjoyed it. It's a direct sequel, so you see what happens after the first game. Really interesting movement. Really liked that game. Via says, so what you're saying is all these games completion is inspired by my viewership. Let's see here. Worst game of the year got to be Armed and Dangerous and Bendy in the Dark Revival. I wouldn't say Bendy was
Bendy
as
bad?
bad as Armed and Dangerous, but Bendy was it was fine. I would say it was, I forget what I rated it now, but I think I gave it like a 7.5 or something like that.
Okay.
What did you give the first?
What was that?
What did you give the first Bendy?
I think the first Bendy was an 8. So
Okay.
A little
Yeah.
set down. Okay.
yeah, Via helped me enjoy it by complaining about it the entire time. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's good to rip a game like, oh, I wish it was like this. I wish it was like that. Yeah. Valfaris was actually surprisingly fun.
Heard good things.
It was good. Yeah, I liked it. There were some frustrating parts of it, for sure. I'm not going to spoil the surprise of that, but overall, I thought it was actually really fun. It was definitely a romp for sure.
That is just pure Metroidvania, right?
No, it's more like well, I mean, it has Metroidvania elements, but I would say it's kind of more linear. More like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Streets of Rage type of thing, but with more height and exploration.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I have to check that out one of these days.
Yeah,
I've
it
heard
was
good
fun.
things.
The guns were fun. The bosses were very stylistic. It was tough, but it was good. Let me let Midna out and I'll be right back.
Yep.
Sure. I'm curious what the thoughts are on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because he kind of said that. What game did he say it to? Where he was like, he wasn't too impressed on. That's how did you feel about Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or like I guess, or the first Ori? Were you impressed by that, or were you not?
Me?
Yeah.
I liked the first Ori. I didn't get as much jank as you did for whatever reason.
I mean, I live for
Dash.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed Ori. And you can watch my playthrough of that on my collections. I have the first one and the second one.
In particular, I'm like you said. I can't remember which game you said it to, but you said it was like you don't understood, you didn't live up to the hype for you. But that was kind of me with Ori. It didn't live up to that. It wasn't. It was all. It was good. It was a good game, and there's not really any major complaints, but it just didn't live up to the hype. And I was like, why are people going crazy for this
I
game?
felt the
just didn't
same way with
understand
the first Ori.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It's definitely no Hollow Knight for me. But like, yeah, it was good. It's hard to compare the two, even though people do. I think people compare those two games because the speedrunner communities are very in competition with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's where the rivalry comes from. It's not the actual that they're similar games. I mean, there is some aspects that are similar. It's there, but like they have very different types of movement and progression. So there's that. I think Ori's movement in 2 was better than 1, and it felt more
That's true.
smooth. But
yeah, Ori
yeah,
was a bit floaty, I think. So I'd be interested to see what that new movement's like. And you know, like to your point, I think it's only natural to find like a game, and I guess your hope and desire would be to become that game of like where everyone holds that benchmark to. And I think for Metroidvania's, Hollow Knight has become that. Everyone's just like, what is it like to Hollow Knight? You know, because everyone's played it when it's
right.
only coming out on like Steam sales for like $7. That is a absolute freaking steal for $7 for all that content that you get with that game. But yeah, it's kind of like I hear always that's always being compared to Hollow Knight, probably more so than actual Castlevania or Metroid series. To be honest, I probably hear that. Maybe it's just like it's because it's newer and maybe more people play that and haven't played the older ones of that, even though it's called the whole like genre is Metroidvania. But yeah, it's just funny that Hollow Knight's kind of become that symbolic thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you almost need to add Metroidvania Night or something like that to it. Like,
Metroidvania Night.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I would say Hollow Knight's still up there for me. Ori, it was Metroidvania, but it was a very different beast.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it. So then we get into the Halloween season. I started Halloween season in September and went all the way into end of October. So we got a good bit of games. I'll talk about Tiny Bunny when we talk about Rogue Scholars Challenge, but Metroid Dread was fun. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but it was still fun. Resident Evil 7 and 8 were fucking bangers, man. Oh man,
Dude, they're so
good. I love them
Better
both.
than 4?
Uh,
Because 4 was your entry into the
yes,
series.
I
and you
think
played
I think I like
remastered,
them
so-
better than 4 for sure.
Oh, okay.
I liked. I think I would have liked 8 less if I hadn't played 4 first, though, because there are some elements in 4 that are also in 8, and I liked both.
Okay.
I think Kirby, you know what I mean by that, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'd agree.
They're very different play styles too. 4 comparison to 7 and 8, right?
Yes, but only because 7 and 8 are first person.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was. 4 is kind of like more the
4 is tank control.
stereotypical tank control.
Yeah, although they improved upon that way better than the original game. And I think in every way 4 is a better game for the remake. And I can't say that about most games. The only thing I didn't like was some of the stylistic looks of some of the characters that I missed the look of the original. And that's nothing, neither here nor there. The gameplay was great comparatively. But yeah, Resident Evil 7 and 8, I can't recommend them enough. They were really good. It was a really good year for spooky season for us.
It was.
Bendy was fine. It was definitely probably of the group in the lower end. Scorn was also kind of on the lower end, but it was still fine as well. A very atmospheric, no hand holding, just figure it out kind of game. And it was fine. Like definitely very stylistic. But I mean,
Can you die
I thought
in Scorn?
yeah, you can die.
Okay. I wasn't
thought
sure if it was one of those games or not.
yeah, you can definitely die. I thought it was gonna be more than it was, and it felt fairly short. I ended up wanting. I either wanted it to be less or more than what it was. So Yeah, ultimately it was fine. Amnesia Rebirth was really, really great. I think it's my favorite of the Amnesia series so far.
Ooh, okay.
Dark Descent was great. Machine for Pigs was not my favorite of the series, but still pretty good.
That's
But
number 2, right?
yeah,
Machine.
yeah.
Okay.
Amnesia
Great.
Rebirth.
Great.
I'm not going to give away any spoilers for it because it's important that I don't. But
Okay.
it was really good. Yeah, I really liked it. I 100% of that game. I went back and fully completed it.
Oh wow. Wait, what did you give? What would you give out of 10 for Dark Descent?
Dark Descent was a 9. I would say Amnesia
Okay.
Rebirth was a 9.5.
Okay. Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
I really like Dark Descent's atmosphere and some of the like that the waterworks area with the splashes trail. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about there?
dude, that part's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the best
so
part.
good. It's so good.
Yes. That was pretty good. There was a lot of stuff I wasn't sure how dated Amnesia was going to be, but I was pleasantly surprised
I
it
mean,
actually
it
brought
was
stuff into
dated,
that.
but in a non-distracting way, right? Like you could still
Right.
appreciate it for what it was.
Because sometimes you go back to games like that where it's like, oh, I missed it when it first came out, and you go back to it and you're like, I can see why people are impressed with it, but really it's not going to hit the same this year when you're maybe like desensitized to stuff like that. But it actually still was pretty good and effective in a lot of its
Mm.
things still. So I was impressed by Amnesia. I would like to see more of the series.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Nightmare of Decay was a janky, fun time.
It was janky, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was the good jank. It feels very inspired by like Resident Evil and similar games, but has its own little feel to it. And then I played Bramble the Mountain King, which came out earlier this year. Really liked it. It reminded me of Tale of Two Brothers in terms of Norse mythology stuff. Um, so I think Kirby, you've played Tale of Two Brothers, right?
I have. I've not played Bramble, but I have played Tale of Two Brothers.
Yeah.
They're actually remaking that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was announced at
Why?
the Game Awards. They're remaking it.
Okay. Um,
Why?
and then Evil Within, which was the last game for spooky season, and that was
Here we
fun.
go. Here
I
are
would
the
say
links to the
it
remake.
didn't live up to the hype that I thought it would, but it was fine. You know what I mean? Like it was. I'm glad I played it. I hear
I,
the second one's better than the first one.
I can completely understand your comments on Evil Within. There was some for me the game was a bit of the bad jank in some places, and
Mhm.
it just had some crazy non sequitur kind of stuff that I didn't understand for storyline or something. But it was also just kind of I think obscure in a lot of ways. But oh man, did I get soft locked in some places that took a while for me to get out of. So I'm glad that you had an easier experience with that because I was
Yeah.
like, I was licking my lips when you were playing that game. I was like, I can't wait till he gets to this part or this part,
And I
and
was
then
like,
you
oh
were like,
yeah, that was
oh, it was
fine.
fine. I'm like, what?
um, a game I got from Kirby for Rogue Scholars is Case of the Golden Idol. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Halo Infinite, we started with Kirby, but for whatever reason,
It
Bungie
was not doing it for
343
us.
Ghosts didn't want us playing together, so we finished that out with Jaeger, who had a much easier time connecting with me because he's not on Ohio internet, I guess.
That's true. Ohio sucks.
Kirby couldn't beat a game.
But,
I beat it. I just beat it solo. I still
he
beat
did it
it.
solo.
Oh, is it on your list?
It is.
Yeah, Halo Infinite was fun. It was a game. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Halo game, but it was a game. I liked
one of
the
them.
grappling system on it, but there was other power ups as well. You didn't use those. You only used the grapple because why would you use anything else? So the grapple should have just been built in as a control, and then the rest could be power ups in addition to it. And I think it would have been better for it. But ultimately, I mean, it was fun. I wish there was a little bit more variety in the game, but it was fine. I went back and did Lasso over Christmas break and beat it. So continuing that Halo theme of getting all the skulls on and legendary and beating it that way. It's actually one of the more fun ones because there's a tank gun that you can get very early on in the game, which
Halo
basically
Infinite was my
shoots like
favorite Halo.
What was that?
I just want to say Halo Infinite was my favorite Halo. I should say
Yeah,
that real
but
quick.
it was it was good in terms of gameplay for favorite
Yes.
Halo. Story wise, nah.
I didn't listen to it, so
Right.
I agree.
I used to
Um,
be a huge Halo fan, so I'm curious, like, how did the grapple hook differ from like other Halo
it
games?
just
That
changed.
just
It changed the game.
It's so
everything?
It was
fun.
so great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think Master Chief as Spider-Man.
You can go anywhere you want. You can
That's
grapple into
crazy.
enemies and do fun momentum movement based combos. The gunplay feels good. I love the
Yeah.
grappling hook.
Yeah.
I see. Like, I feel like Halo was late to the series on a lot of movement things. Like the other big game, like when I last played Halo, it was like maybe like a lot. Was Halo 3, and I think at that time Call of Duty was still huge, right? So then you still had like
Mhm.
a lot
Yeah.
of the sliding or the sprint and the classes, and it felt like Halo was late to the game on a lot of those things. I feel like
Yeah.
they finally caught up
Yeah.
with it. So adding in the grappling hook, I feel like probably something fresh. Did that only for single player, or is it on the multiplayer? You can
It's
use
on the
grappling?
Multiplayer, you
multiplayer
can
as
grapple into
a
each other.
limited power up.
Ooh.
You can get like 5 grapples
Okay.
when you pick it up. It's dumb. I think you should have grapple period, to be honest. But
It'd be like almost like a Titanfall where you can just run on
Right.
walls.
Titanfall's
Period.
amazing.
Yeah, like why not just give it to you for free? I
Yeah.
agree. Sounds like it.
But yeah, Halo Infinite was a game. It was good. Life is Strange. So now we're getting into like games that I've been meaning to play for a while but didn't get to. That's kind of how I like to end the year. Is things that apply to my theme, but also are things I've been wanting to play for a while. So Life is Strange. Really, really like Life is Strange. Such a good story game. I think. Anybody should play that game. Great music, great story, really fun.
Is it a tearjerker?
Yeah, I cried.
Oh, you did. Oh, see, I keep hearing a lot of good things about that game, and I'm like, man, I'd be sitting here, I'm like, please don't cry to stream, please don't cry to stream.
Yeah, there's only a couple games I've cried on stream. Valiant Hearts was one. I think this is the other
Valiant
one.
Hearts. Oh, I think I remember you playing that.
Yeah, that was. I think I gifted that to Kirby one year.
You did.
Yeah. Let's see. Plague Tale: Innocence. That game, I was surprised. Because it was fun. It was fun, but like some of the story elements, just I didn't really like as much.
Connected with you?
It
Yeah.
felt very there was a lot of forced elements to it. I mean, the gameplay was fun. I thought that the game could have been better overall if it had a tighter story and a little bit more taking advantage of some of the mechanics that they created. I'm hoping that the second one fully monopolizes on all that and is better. And I know you played that this
Yeah.
year, right?
I did. I liked it a lot for what it's worth.
Good.
But I also like the first one a lot.
Yeah,
So,
I liked the
no.
first one. It was not as good as I thought it would be, but it was still fun.
Okay.
I played all 4 of the rooms, which were good. Really good solid puzzle series.
I think it's awesome.
And then
series.
I doubled that up with puzzle, returning to Talos Principle to fully complete the game by doing all the achievements in the base game, by playing the game through again, and then doing the DLC in preparation for Talos Principle 2, which we never did play, but like we're ready for it now.
Mhm.
Superland is a game that Kirby recommended to me forever ago, and I finally got to play. And man, I wish I had played it sooner. It's so good. Don't sleep
Well,
on
it's
that
one
game.
of those
Really
because
good.
I've also heard such good things in like our Discord and everything like that. Where I've heard a lot of people recommend it, but it's always kind of fallen off. Like when it's like, what am I gonna line up next? I'm like, I'll get to you. But
It's so
sooner than
good.
later.
Yeah, Kibito,
Mhm.
Valiant Hearts is the World War One theme game. World War One.
Oh, it's one. Okay.
World War One, yeah. Batman Arkham Knight was good. Glad I got to finish the series. It was kind of a little bit nostalgic for me. And then the Telltale series was, I don't know if it was a good introduction to Telltale, because that was my first Telltale game. There's just some things about it that rubbed me the wrong way. It was fine.
That was your first
That
Telltale
was my
game?
first Telltale game. I haven't played any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's no. I want to change my answer. My biggest surprise of 2023 was that. How was that your first Telltale game?
I
Holy
mean,
crap.
I never played any of the Walking Dead ones.
Man,
I own
good.
Back to the Future Telltale. That's the
Okay.
only other thing I have. It turns out that Batman the Telltale series has a sequel, so it ended on like
Does?
a cliffhanger.
I didn't know
Yeah.
it had a sequel. I thought it just had
Same.
seasons or whatever.
Same.
Yeah, I just found that out last night. So
Interesting. I have not only ever played Walking Dead the same way. I don't know how many chapters, seasons, or series or whatever they call them. I've only ever played the first one. I would recommend that one because that's the only one I've ever played. I don't have context in the other ones, but I would recommend that one to you, Wombat. That's really good.
I've heard some good things. Yeah. And I've heard Tales from the Borderlands, not bad either. And since I've played through most of the Borderlands games, that's got to be something I do at some point. But I don't know if it will fit it in next year or not. So speaking of next year, that's kind of my list.
Sure.
What are we looking forward to? One thing I'm not looking forward to is that the Mario Maker 1 servers are closing in April.
That's right. You sent that video talking about it, right?
Yeah, so rip Legend of Mario.
That is sad.
Means you're gonna have to port it, and that's gonna add that to your list. Of
I
things you gotta do.
can't even port it because I can't. My Wii U doesn't work. So
Oh, that's right.
Was there actually a porting thing? I guess when I say port, I was
no,
like just
I
remake.
remake. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd use I was gonna use the Wii U to fully like move things over, right? But yeah.
Man, that
Oh,
sucks.
favorite game of the year for me.
But yeah, of course.
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom's up there. Really enjoyed that game. I would say maybe Life is Strange. Maybe
Wow,
Resident
okay.
Evil 8 was probably.
That's what I expected you to stay for. With I expect, unless you count Tears of the Kingdom, I expected RE8.
I think it's got to be Resident Evil 8, and then maybe Life
Yeah.
is Strange. They're very different, so maybe they're up there the same. I'll give them both the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my least favorite game.
Armed and Dangerous.
It's got to be Armed and Dangerous. Yeah. Yeah.
So did you throw yourself on that sword just because of what you did to Kirby then?
So it was the first
You
game I
played
was going to
before I
play of
did.
2023. So I did beat it before Kirby, even though I challenged it. When I challenged it to him, it was because I knew Kirby didn't have it. He's never played it, and it's very hard to find a game that Kirby hasn't played or owns. So that's why I went with it, and it seemed janky fun.
Oh, it was good.
It ended up being a whole nother level of
you always
jank,
ask
but
him.
it was perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
jank.
Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, I'm disappointed about that in 2024, but I am hopefully looking forward to Silk Song and Elden Ring DLC. This is the third year in our podcast that I'm saying I'm looking forward to Silk Song, but hopefully this is
fuck
the year.
Silk Song.
Is it really, dude? Silk Song, what are you doing?
They're
I've
so
given-
disrespectful.
I've given up on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It'll just come out whenever it comes
Right.
out.
Like Walmart said, for the last 3 years, I've been updating it in my little spreadsheet of like, okay, 2022 games, 2023 games. Now I just put 3 questions mark next to it. Cause I'm like, fuck them. It'll be out here eventually.
Who knows, man? That's so bad. I don't know, like, if they were that close where it was getting announced in, like, Games Pass trailers and stuff like that. I don't know why it's that far out again.
That's
Like,
what I'm
if
saying.
you were that close, what is the problem?
Yeah.
I guess I have no idea.
Are you guys, bro, you good?
Yeah, you good.
Oh.
I just wish I could be a fly on the wall.
There's a new-
How are you this close, but you're not releasing it?
There's a
Like,
new
I don't know.
command on the channel that Kavito, not Kavito, Kebab put in. Oh, I beat him. Sorry, Kebab. I've completely ninja'd you on that one. But yeah, there's an exclamation point trail. You good, bro?
Wow, look at that.
Rail.
Trail.
Kebab.
Man, to be honest, like,
Too
I'm looking
slow.
at lists
Mhm.
for 2024. The games come out. 2023 was stacked for
It was
video
Yes.
games.
stacked.
It
I
was
remember
absolutely
talking to
was.
Kirby, and I'm like, I can't believe how many games are coming out. It's going to be a busy year.
Yeah, 2024 does not look too hot at the moment in comparison.
I mean, there's a lot of JRPGs you don't give a shit about them, but I
I don't
want to
give a
play Yakuza 8. I want to play Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I want to play Dragon's Dogma. I want to play Ayuden Chronicles. You know what else is coming out? I want to play The Last of Us Part 2. The remaster's coming out, so I'm waiting for that. 'Cause I wanna play the first one.
Part 2 remastered.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they just come out with a? Oh, I guess you probably can't tell me if there's like spoils with the story content. I was like, why wouldn't you just come out with another one rather than keep remastering them? Because they're not that old of games, right?
They're not, it's 3 years old, but I'm still gonna wait because it came out on the PS4, and I'll play the PS5 version.
Oh, it came out last year. Time to remaster Elden Ring.
Yup.
All right.
There's Wukong, the Monkey King Souls-like, that's not out until August, but hey, it's
Black
there.
Myth? Yeah.
There's
That-
potentially. Sorry, go ahead.
that one had piqued my interest. That one and maybe Rise of Ronin, if I remember
Rise
right.
of the
but
Ronin is in March. Yep, that's right. I'm excited for that.
Those ones when they were announced when they were world premieres on the
World premieres, that's
on the
right.
Game Awards or whatever. Those look pretty good. Other things though, like the JRPGs don't interest me or whatever. But like, what is
Fair.
it? Destiny 2, a DLC or
Are they doing more with
expansion?
that? Okay.
I guess I don't care.
The Silent Hill
Um,
2 remake is supposedly this year.
Is it though? I don't know.
Agreed. Is it? It's by Blooper Team, which I know you like them. I'm not. I like them, but I don't know how they're gonna make a Silent Hill remake. is
Yeah,
my
we'll
only
see.
thing.
I'm hopeful about Silent Hill 2. It'll be my first Silent Hill game. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited. I have faith in Bloober. So I feel
They've
like
made some
I'm
solid
excited to see
stuff.
what they're gonna do with it.
The medium
I feel
was
like they've-
Team Blooper.
Yeah.
It was. I liked the medium. I didn't like the ending, but I liked the game. So
I've heard mixed reviews on that. I'm a big fan of all their games so far, so I'm still gonna give it a go. And maybe like I would appreciate it more than other people would, but I've really liked all their games so far. And
Yeah.
if you haven't played Observer yet, Wombat, I think you would kind of like that one.
I tried to play it. It
Oh,
doesn't
did you?
work on my computer.
Really?
Yeah, it's I forget what the problem was. But I have to rebuy it in order to actually play it because the original games. Oh, it's because they came out with a new version of the game. So anybody who bought the old version, it doesn't run.
That's
Okay.
crap. I wonder
Yeah.
what that's all about.
So I'm not paying for another game when I've already paid for it once. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that
I
makes
don't
sense.
blame you there. Or are you over the mark that you can't even return it, or
yeah, no, I bought it a while ago.
Okay.
lame? What about
I will
Tekken
s-
8? You guys
I wish I liked fighting games because that looks like it'll be fun, but I just don't do fighting games.
I can't get into them.
Same.
I mean, I
And-
used to play them all the time, but that's when I had friends I could couch co-op with. So
Sure.
Crash Course is
I'd like to say
nightmare.
I'll try because I still want to try Street Fighter 6 to be honest. I know that was this year, but
Or Mortal Kombat 1.
either one. I'm gonna get it. Maybe I'll like them. I don't know, but I don't really get into fighting games. So I'm very very passively interested in Tekken 8 coming out because it looks pretty. It looks cool.
Out of those are probably the three biggest names: Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken. What would you guys say is your favorite out of those?
Street Fighter only because I've played it the most.
Tekken.
I probably
You know
would
what?
say
I miss
replayed
Soul
Tekken.
Calibur. Soul Calibur was my favorite.
Oh, can I say Soul Calibur as well?
Yeah.
I know that wasn't those three, but I love
no.
Soul Calibur.
You can, that's also a huge one. I'm bad at fighting games, so I would discounted that one. I would say a Street Fighter is probably my favorite one, just because it's the one I played most and just
Same.
recognize the characters most too. And
I will say I'm hoping something happens with Switch 2 at the end of the year because my Switch has jack shit going for it right now.
that's a
And-
really good call out. Like
And it's
hardware was.
we're due for it, and I'm hoping that also brings in obviously a slew of fun launch titles. Right now, when I'm looking at the games I'm looking forward to, almost none of them are on the Switch. There's the Princess Peach Showtime, which I don't really know what that's even going to be like. But beyond that, I don't have anything coming out. Oh, and maybe Thousand Year Door remake, but the Switch has nothing going on right now for me.
No, I think they're waiting on a lot of stuff.
That's
Like,
what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
I think there was no. I think everyone is. We're overdue for a Mario Kart, and they gave us the whole DLC thing. Which
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you play all those, and does that count as something that you beat then, Kirby? If you,
I mean, I didn't put it on there. There technically is after you beat the last DLC cup. There's credits, but I
Okay.
did not throw it on my list. So fine, 86 games this year, but I personally didn't count it because I just didn't really consider that even a game I was playing. I just was passively playing it when the DLC came out. But yeah,
yeah. I'd be interested to see if we're actually in 2024. I think maybe Christmas 2024 we might hear something about Switch 2.
give it to us, bro. It's
Yeah.
been
We might
since
either hear it or they
2017.
might release it. We'll see. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think 2024 being light is actually a good thing because ultimately I need I need a breather. I need to catch up, right? Like
Fair enough.
stop making games. I need to like I have so much that I still need to play. So hopefully I'll be. I mean, I already have 24 games to add to the list that came in at the end of the year that go into the 2024 list. So hopefully I'll be at least 24 games to continue my forward progression, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I was looking at for like past couple days when I've like kind of like checked different places on like what's coming out for 2024, and it's like been a little disappointing. At the same time, I'm like, man, good, because
Yeah.
2023 was like it added so much to the backlog, and I'm like, please don't have another year like that, because I need to chip away at this thing. I'm at the point where I think I'm gonna have, like never to finish my backlog. I'm gonna die first before the backlog gets completed, and I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, as long as I'm completing a positive amount every year, then I'll be good. I played Nightmare a lot too, Mega Kirby.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. All right,
Are
so
we Soul Caliburing it up in here?
Yeah, I talking about a main.
Yeah.
Vi asked for a main check in Soul Calibur. I haven't played since 2 and 3 a lot, but anyway, sorry, go ahead.
so that's 2024 in a nutshell. But like we still need to talk about the elephant in the room, right? We have the Rogue Scholars Challenge that we do annually.
Wait,
for
do you
those-
want to talk about your themes, or do you want to do
Oh
that
yeah,
first?
themes for sure. Yeah,
You
so
don't have to, but
I mean, I think we do themes last. Yeah, we do.
Oh,
themes.
Oh, my bad. Maybe we do. My bad. Okay.
I mean,
fair enough.
we could talk about the
Either
themes now.
way.
So my theme for this year was sequel season. Charlie, yours was gifted games, right?
Yep.
And Kirby, what was yours this year? Your theme
Oh, I
wasn't
didn't
a
have
theme?
one. I had 0 this year because I have one to talk about 2024. A very, very loose idea. For 2020 and 2021, what was it? 2020, I can't remember what the fuck they were. Or 2021, 2022, I got bored and I didn't like doing them. It felt too restrictive, so I dropped them. So this last year, I didn't even make one. So
Your
my theme was
no theme.
So your theme
No
was
theme.
no theme.
You had
Yeah.
a theme
the
of
no
theme.
theme here. That's right. That's right. This year, I have a very loose idea, but I'll let you guys talk about yours first.
All right, so my theme for this coming year is going to be the year of the retro. So we're going to be playing as many retro games as we can. Some of them I actually have completed, but I want to play again because it's been like decades. So things like Descent, Crash Bandicoot, I've played at least the
Descent,
first
the
game of.
spaceship game
The
where you're flying
spaceship
around.
game. Yep.
I played it with my dad growing up. That's
The-
awesome.
It's
Nice. I love
it's
that
basically
game.
Spaceship Doom, right?
Yes, that's sick. Respect for that. I gotta tune in for that one for
Yeah,
sure.
that was a fun time. We'll be playing some old stuff, some newer stuff that's retro inspired, but ultimately anything that is more than 10 years old gets put in the retro. So that opens up a lot to us. We're gonna kind of start it light. I'm gonna play a few things that are retro inspired, like Blasphemous and Blossom Tales, but we're gonna get into it.
Game.
Yeah, Dishonored is retro. Yeah, that's on the list to do. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. I think it's gonna be a little bit more freeing and less restrictive because there's just so many games in my backlog that are older games. So it's gonna be fun. Trell, what's your new theme?
Hold on, I'm watching the video on Steam for Descent. Is there no physics? You can just move back and forth freely? Oh, dude, this
You're
thing
in
looks-
space. You're a spaceship, but you got retro
3D
thrusters, of
exploration,
course.
Oh, I mean, okay. I just don't know space. Physics. Sorry, I apologize. This game was
Yes.
janky. Yeah, I can't
Dude,
wait to see
this game is so. I love playing. I don't know if I ever beat it with my dad. And fuck, maybe
Yeah.
I'll play it too. I loved this game as a kid.
Yeah, it was good. And there's
Kirby just
there's three of
killed the
them. I
jank.
think
He's
I played
excited.
Descent 3 the most. Maybe.
I know
Oh,
there's
multiple games.
I didn't know that either.
I have all three.
My
so.
dad didn't buy me the sequel. What an
Oh, man.
asshole.
No sequel.
Yeah, King's
No.
Quest. We've got Space Quest. We've got Spyro's
right
on the
now.
list. I
I'm
know
installing it. It's in.
Kebab's excited about Spyro and Bandicoot. So I've got some
Yeah.
games in my actual console stuff that I'm gonna play, like maybe some N64 stuff. We might do a playthrough of Ocarina of Time. All kinds of stuff. It's gonna be
Yup,
a year of
Batman
nostalgia.
64
What was that?
or Superman 64.
If I can actually get a physical copy because I can't get it to get the thing to work. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're Superman 64 in 2024 or Riot. We demand it. The people demand it.
It fits the theme, right? So
Oh, it does.
So what, Trell? What's your theme?
So my theme is going to be games that I have started and never finished. And surprisingly, I like in the past like week or so, I keep thinking of new ones and keep adding to this. And now
Ooh.
this is becoming quite a girthy list. I'm getting kind of scared. But I have, and maybe I will share some. And normally I'm like very
Ooh,
secretive
no
about
shit. He's
my
gonna.
back.
Oh my god.
I know. So
This is
I'm
revolutionary.
turning a new leaf here. Let me go into my
Yes.
private Discord here. So, I'll just go ahead and give you a sneak, a little nip slip of this. Inscription in Doom 2016. I did it. I did it. I let you guys know.
What a bitch. What?
Yeah, there. I gave you something. I don't know what else you want from me.
Wow.
What else do you want? Okay, one more. Curse to golf. Look at that right there.
You
Curse to-
won't actually beat that. You've been talking about that shit for like a year now.
I know. So we got cursed.
What about Zombie? Tequila, back me up. He needs to
No.
beat Zombie.
That one was beat, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like that. Don't like that. Don't
We're
like
waiting
that.
for.
Inscription, Curse to Golf, Deadly Premonition.
Oh yeah, DP. You want back to
Grounded.
DP, but not Zombie. All right.
Grounded and Dying Light. I've started with Kayla, so I'd like to go back and do that. I was actually playing Grounded last night with Kayla. I forgot how fun it was. They added a lot of updates too.
We're gonna
So,
be
a
we're
lot
gonna
of
be
quality of life
doing
stuff.
Grounded as one of the multiplayer games after
Nice.
Borderlands 3 is done.
Hey, it's super fun. It's Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the game,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
and
I love
it's-
I'm
that
really
movie.
excited about that. It really fits into the nostalgia theme because Honey I Shrunk the Kids was a movie I loved as a kid.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a blast. Only because Kayla and I only play by ourselves. We have been playing on the default medium difficulty, and like having survived like multiple times of like numerous spider encounters and stuff like that. Yesterday we actually made the switch to put it into an easier mode, just because it is such a grind when you only have two people,
Mm.
and
I
every
can
single
imagine, yeah.
bug, like even a ladybug, is just a challenge. And I was like, okay, if we want to actually beat this game, we got to get moving, or like we got to find two more or something. So, other games that I've talked about. I won't be a bitch. I'll actually.
Thank you.
Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be my
Nice.
first game. That'll probably be off stream though, but like I'm
Yep.
pretty close to being done with that. I feel.
Nice.
Last night I did another temple, so I feel like I'm getting there. It's edging. I need to go back to Hogwarts Legacy. That one I started, but I kind of fell off. I might even just start over on that one because I don't feel like I was incredibly far in, and maybe it's just best to. It would just behoove me just to start over, just to get the tutorials and crap. GTA 5, Fallout 4, and Fallout 3.
So you never did beat Fallout 4? All that base building you did, you never actually beat it?
I've
Okay.
done so much base building in Fallout 4. Like every single one of my towns are fucking stacked.
Oh my god.
And I just need to actually go in there and probably just beat the main mission out real quick.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen on that storyline. So I feel like I just need to go and knock it out just to check that box. Fallout 3, I got semi far in that one. That one actually might warrant just starting all over again, to be honest. It's been too long. Then what else have we got here? Stardew.
Stardew
Tiny
is
Tina.
something Gabrielle, my wife, has gotten into, and we actually did some multiplayer last night of her farm.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
She stayed up till like, so I got done streaming last night at like 12:45, and I came to the bedroom and she was just going to bed because she'd playing Stardew. It was like,
Stardew does
holy
that.
crap.
Stardew does that. It's crazy.
It's a
Yeah.
time sink.
She's like,
It's
you did
so-
this to me.
It's so chill. You did this to me. This is your fault.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina. Kirby. What's
Tiny
going
Tina
on?
Dude,
is
that
cool.
game is the worst Borderlands game.
Is
The-
it?
I don't like it, man. The story is good, but the gameplay is so flat compared to every other Borderlands game.
So, and that was my introduction into Borderlands.
Please don't let
Interesting.
that be it, because there's only one skill tree per class, which is bad. Normally you get 3 or 4 in the other games, and the abilities aren't. You only get like one choice of action ability, and at least from the classes we played, they aren't that interesting. And then I don't like the weapon system. I don't like the weapons or the fact that they replace grenades with spells because the spells seem boring. The humor is there, but the gameplay is not good.
The humor has been good, and it's been fun playing it with you and Kayla. But honestly, yeah, for an actual shooter game type
If
thing,
you guys want to get back in and grind it out, we can do it. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
it's not even mid.
It's
It's
not.
kind
I
of
don't like it.
for a new game that came out, and then like kind of like throw back to what I was saying before, like games that come out of this year or newer games, you have a benchmark. You're like, you got to check these boxes, and it fell flat and did not even check those boxes. Like this feels like a
Agreed.
game that would have been great maybe like 10, 15 years ago, but
Yup.
nowadays it's like, well, you're not hitting those benchmarks. So
Agreed.
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3, but I hear it's very different. And eventually I'll play Tiny Tina's, so I'll see what all that is about. I played the DLC, which was fun.
The DLC was good, but the actual Tiny Tina's game is not good,
good to know.
in my opinion.
I'll make a decision and I'll let you know.
Sure.
So what about you, Kirby? Because I mean, one of the things is a lot of times we have some of the same opinions on games, but sometimes they're very different, right? So
Yeah, right.
yeah, we'll see. So what's your loose theme that you're?
Listen, my reverse theme. This allows me to play any game I want and then try and construct a theme after the fact. So what I'm going to try and do, I might give up in like a week. I might be a resolutioner here. I'm going to try. I'm looking at the Persona 5. I'm going to try and see if I can see how long of a connection I can make from all of my games. So it might be something like, let's just say the first game I beat is Disgaea, and then I move on to another RPG. I could try and connect them through genre. I could try and connect them through a specific character or even a voice actor or something. I just want to see how long of a connection I can make between games. But I'm going to play whatever the fuck I want.
That's kind of like what my mini theme was last year, right?
Yes.
Like when I did the pairings of games.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try and make it like this game has swords because that's too stupid.
Right.
But I'm going to try and make an actual specific connection, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to be too big.
That's awesome.
But that's right, Trell. It's whatever the fuck I want to do because themes are too restrictive. Listen, you don't get to 85 games a year by being restrictive in your theme. Okay, you just don't.
See,
I mean,
you know, like
for me,
we're actually like Wombat and I are actually being connoisseurs here and like trying to like sample things and stuff like that. And Kirby's just like, no, I'm just gonna go off buffet all the time, all you can eat. Okay.
My themes, I'm playing video games that were made in the last century, and then we're just gonna see how many I can get out.
So nothing from 2020 or 2000 beyond, right? 'Cause last century. So anything before 2000.
In the last 100 years.
Okay,
so anything made after 1920 is fair game, we'll say, and we'll see how much we can do there. Games like more than Batman. That's true. I can play pretty much everything besides Armed and Dangerous.
I was gonna say Armed and Dangerous.
Anyway, all right, let's get to the big deal. What bullshit are you gonna give me, Trell? Not directed at you, Wombat.
Yeah, we should start with Trell. For
What's the order? What's the order?
I think we usually do, right?
Who decides the order here?
I think it's usually in the Trell looks excited. Let's let Trell go first.
Ooh, okay, so who am I giving a game to first then?
Just give it to me. Everyone's here for that. Give it to me. What am I gonna do?
Everyone's here for that. Well, let me. So Big Herbo. I don't know. You've been kind of mean to me lately. I've been kind of going back and forth on this. I don't know.
Don't be nice. I'm gonna be honest. Right now, I have a stinker lined up for you. I'm gonna be real with it.
So to explain to anybody who's new here to this, every year the Rogue Scholars not only review the games we've played, but we also challenge each other. It used to be one person would get one person, and it was like a circle, where we like say I had Trell would have Kirby would have me. But one year I got punished and had to get games from both of them because I didn't finish my game. So I actually really enjoyed that and said, "Hey, we should do that for everybody." So now everybody gets
punishment. It felt like a reward.
Yeah, it ended up being I mean, like I had to play more games, so that was something. But yeah, it ended up being something that inspired us to do it all together. So Charles going to be gifting Kirby and I both a game. They don't have to be the same game, and probably won't. And then Kirby will give the two of us games, and I'll give the two of them games.
Yep.
So. All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, I got a few games here, but right now the one I'm leaning towards is not the best. It's in the middle of the pack. It's not the worst, but it's not a game I'd be like, yeah, this is fun.
All right.
Because you have to remember, you gave me Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights, whatever the fuck it's called. You gave me Sonic Adventure DX, and you gave me Rise of the Triads, which is fine. Anyway,
so you're retaliating, is what you're saying.
Yes, because I haven't got. No, I've been nice for 3 years in a row. I haven't let you swap off Lisa to Fury, and you keep shitting on me.
I mean, I just trying to like, this is how the relationship is, I just dominate you, you're the sub. So I don't know why what are you expecting here?
I'm just telling you. All right, well, I'm not stalling anymore. What do I get? What do I win?
All right. So I was going to give you Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Oh, you fucking asshole! Fine. Now you're definitely getting it. Now you're definitely getting it. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Oh no.
Oh yes, dude.
How long is this? I accept it.
Want it.
I accept it.
Yeah, there it is.
I was gonna actually play that this
hours?
year.
No. How long is the first one?
First one's I think
yes.
8.
That's even longer.
Oh yes,
It's
so
double.
I can't wait for all the parkour goodness you're gonna have.
Fucking hell! All right,
it's gonna be so good. What is her name? Angel? What? I can't remember.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst is between 8.5 hours and 32.5 hours is what I have it written down.
Well, that's for completionists. I'm not doing that.
Oh man, I just remember the first one. Remember when you just wouldn't grab ledges and shit? I just can't wait.
Out of all the games I expected you to give me, none of them were this bad.
Wait, which ones did you expect?
I don't know. I thought you'd give me Alt F4 2, to be honest, or some shit like that. I thought you'd give me that. I thought you'd find another like 2-month style game where it's just like a janky, shitty Souls game. I forgot Mirror's Edge existed.
That was been cooking for months. And I think I was in your stream the other day, and someone brought up Mirror's Edge Chaos. I was like, "Oh man, I hope he doesn't.
No.
I hope he doesn't defense up and all of a sudden buy it." Like I was like, so I like tried to switch topics, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was Mirror's Edge." Anyways, back to the game you're playing.
Dude, that's funny as shit. All right, yeah, I accept it. Send it over when it's time. Okay.
Yes.
What does Wombat win? What is Wombat gonna win from you?
Wombat, see, I know Wombat doesn't just accept it. He doesn't just bend over for me, So it's like a bit of the strategy game I have to play here. So let me take a look. Wombat, I feel like I could give Gleam Light.
Gleam.
Ooh. Matt's favorite game? Does he know?
It is his favorite game.
Gleam Light has worse reviews than Mirror's Edge. That's because people like that fucking game, though, and they shouldn't.
Why is it mostly negative?
Why is it mostly negative?
102 reviews. Even though the trailer looked a bit bland, I thought to myself, why not? And gave this a fair shot. The game style is similar to Hollow Knight, but here it stops. Boring level design, a lot of enemy spam, and the battle system which encourage face tanking. There isn't much to see in this game. Really liked the art style, but after the third boss and the poor level design, I gave up and refunded the game. It feels like a game isn't even halfway finished. The developer should have polished the game more. Wow. Very sad the game I was looking forward to fell flat on its face like this. A wildly misunderstood game but the game itself is perfectly good little linear action platformer. Really dark plot. Yeah. Man, and I won't know what the veto game is until I veto it.
That's right, and then you're stuck with that shit.
Yeah, man, that's weird. Weird.
Huh.
Decisions. Look at his brain cooking right now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take it.
Taking the Gleam Light. Taking the Gleam Light.
Man,
you love those Metroidvanias.
You do. You were saying it.
All right, very nice.
Like it.
Wombat, are you next or am I next? Take your pick.
I'll let you go next.
All right, I'll start with you, Wombat. Troll gave you a Metroidvania. I'm going to attempt to as well. I think mine's good. Okay, I'd like to give you, in the retro theme, I posted it in chat, Axiom Verge. I played it 2 years ago. I thought it was a fantastic entry into the Metroidvania, obviously taking heavy inspiration from the Metroid series, specifically with the sci-fi nature. Take a look at that. If not, I do have a backup, of course.
Oh,
he gave you Armed and Dangerous, and you're going to give him that?
That was intentional. He only screwed me once, and he didn't even mean to.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be fun.
Did you comment on Axiom Verge? Sorry, if so, I did not hear it.
I mean, it looks good. It's got very positive reviews.
I gave it an 8.5 when I played it, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Trell, here we go.
Oh.
You chose a 99-cent game. I'm throwing in a 97-cent game. All right.
Ooh, all right.
It's a nice old one. I have played this. It's called Death Trap Dungeon. There's the link. I want to be fair and tell you a few things about it. It runs like ass, like it doesn't run like it starts up like ass, like Pandemonium. You will not be able to game capture it. You will have to screen capture it. I tested it out. It's very obnoxious to get the screen capture right. Once you do, it runs well. Okay. So it's going to be a bitch to run to get set up, but then it will be okay. The game is bugged where it plays the same song in every level. It's not supposed to do that, but it does it. And other than that, it's a nice little. It's like Sen's Fortress, the game. You can veto it, but I promise you, I believe that the game I have lined up if you veto is going to be worse for you than this one is. But no troll. I swear on Elden Ring, the game that if you veto, I would rather play this than the veto game. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, is that a meta? You didn't swear on
I
Elden Ring.
swear on
DLC.
Elden Ring. I'll
Not
even
the
tell
DLC.
you, if you accept this, I will tell you what the video game would be. But obviously, this is it. But I will tell you after the fact, and you can decide. But
It's made by Square. Oh my god.
yeah, I actually started it up this morning, played around with it a bit just to make sure you could stream it, because that was some complaints. You got to do a display capture. It takes over your whole monitor, and it's stupid to stream. But once you get it, but once I got set up, like, all right, I could stream this. It's Sen's Fortress, the game.
Sen's Fortress, the game. Let me top or mixed reviews. Top review is good game. I love the Tomb Raider engine. Oh my god. Is there actually triangle boobs though? You are a female.
Yeah, you can be a female. You can also pick a male, but the female does have triangle boobs. So
I want the triangle boobs. A resolution increase. Steam library, right? Oh, okay. There's instructions.
Oh yeah,
right.
because it defaults like 800 by 600 or something.
Not recommended. It starts off with sigh. Oh, I used to love this game. In fact, I still do, but this Steam version is just a joke. First of all, the intro cinematic don't even play. The resolution is 800 by 600, and the worst part, the soundtrack is bugged and plays the same song on all levels. Fuck yeah, dude. It's like Dark Souls, except instead of fighting enemies, you fight the controls and camera. Ooh, man.
Yeah, baby.
Camera boss
Yeah,
returns.
baby. Don't you want that?
Dude, yeah, I'll take that. That comment alone is the Dark
Fuck
Souls when
yeah.
you fight the controls and camera. Fuck yeah, I'll take it.
I think it'll be like a fun 2 months thing. Like I know it's a pain to set up. I want to be honest about that. But it's gonna. I think it's got. When I played it, I didn't beat it. When I played it, it had some of the good jank. So I think you could like it.
Good, Jank. All
For
right.
what's worth, the veto game was going to be Jump King, another like rage bait Alt F4
Oh
game.
my god.
That's what I
I'm
was
so
gonna
glad I
give
did not
If
take
you
that.
veto,
then.
I was gonna give you Jump King.
Wait, don't I own Jump King? I thought I armored up on that.
Didn't, unless it was because you hit it. Hold on.
I thought I armored up on Jump King.
Did you? Did you?
I
Hold on, let
might
me see.
have.
That's fair. It was private, so you might own it, and Steam just doesn't tell me.
Jump
So I.
King.
Well, while you're
I
looking
didn't.
that
I
up,
completely meant to.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So
damn.
that's what was gonna happen.
Damn. Yeah.
But if you would have given me like a super okay, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, there's some good jank memes in there. There's some good jank nostalgia. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna give him the worst. So that's what I had going. But okay, you win Death Trap Dungeon.
Also, I earned my way out of Jump King.
Yes, yeah, because you didn't like Mirror's Edge. Even though I'm not looking forward to it, it has that good jank nostalgia, and I respect that. You know, you could have given me Alt F4 too, and then you would have absolutely got Jump King.
Oh my god. Ooh man, dude, I had like so many games planned out for you guys too. Like, how big was your guys' list?
I had
I
five
had
for Kirby.
4
Trell, I've
for
known what yours
you.
is since last year.
For who?
For you,
Oh, for me? Oh fuck.
I know what both of yours are since last year. So
Oh my god.
I just came up with mine like last week.
yeah, Kirby was a little harder, but for obvious reasons. Kirby owns all the games.
And yeah, it's hard to find a game that he doesn't own.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't own Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
All right.
I really thought you were gonna add that too.
Nope, I did
Kirby,
not.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, thanks for the gift. All right,
You're
so
welcome.
your first option, should you choose to accept it, is What
I'm gonna
Remains
accept
of
it.
Edith Finch.
I accept it.
Perfect.
I've heard good things about that game.
It's
And
great.
I've been meaning to play. Like when I say I've been meaning to play, I don't own it. I mean, I've heard great things about it, and I've been meaning to eventually get around to it. So yes, I accept.
Okay, awesome. The
was the name of
developers
it?
created another game in the series that kind of connects to it.
I'll show you.
But yeah, it's good. Yeah,
It's
and we
called What
played that
Remains of
last
Edith
year.
Finch, and it's overwhelmingly positive. I've heard it's a
Yeah.
very good game. There it is linked in the chat there.
I think
Thank
I
you.
have that game because yeah.
Yeah, really good.
But I haven't played. Okay. Cool. I'm interested to see that. Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah,
It's a
look at
spooky
all
game,
those
right?
reviews.
Yeah, is it
32,000.
spooky? I actually don't know.
I mean, there are some elements that are spooky, but overall, it's not. It's
not one of the main
I beat
tags
it in
defining it.
3 hours, so it's fairly short but really good.
Okay. Cool.
All right,
Who's
Trell.
Straw gonna win? I wonder.
Oh my god.
Trell, your game is The Witness.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of this game. Isn't that a
That game's
puzzle
fun.
game?
It is a puzzle game.
The Witness.
I really enjoyed it. It's actually one of, so I have 5 games favorited in Steam. Let's see. My 5 games that are my favorites in Steam are Elden Ring, Feather, Halo the Master Chief Collection, King's Quest Collection, and The Witness. So it's among good company.
Okay.
The Witness is going to the store page. Very positive with 13,000 reviews. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I have to check other libraries. I feel like I have this on another library. Just want to double check.
Okay.
I know
Being-
Kayla has it.
Oh, maybe that's what I get it from her library or something like that. Which that
Oh, if you see
doesn't-
sure, yeah.
I don't
yeah,
think
that-
that counts though.
That doesn't count, no.
And one more. God, I need to get like a super library that combines all these.
Kabito, the Swan game, are you talking about the Unfinished Swan? Because that actually relates to Edith Finch. I mean, we generally stick to Steam games anyway, so if you don't have it on Steam,
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't. I don't have it. Okay.
do you
You
want
taking
it?
it?
You wake up alone on a strange island full of puzzles that will challenge and surprise you. It's a puzzle game. First-person exploration, puzzle, open world. Lots of puzzles. Lots of puzzles. I
Is
feel
that
like
like
game
good
overall
puzzles,
positive? Oh, it's
though.
very positive. Okay.
Wombat's trying to do me in here with the fucking puzzles, but I also feel like I'm getting let off nicely. I feel like he's trying to reverse on the meta.
Wombat's always nice though. He hasn't scammed anyone yet.
If I was to decline this, I got a feeling I'm gonna.
Oh,
get
that's
fucking
fair. If you
punished.
veto it, he probably won't be so nice.
Oh
I can
yeah,
see that being
yeah,
the
he won't
case.
be nice. I feel like he's got something lined up that's just absolutely gonna just ream me. So and this actually does. I had this on my wish list already because I think
It's
I
on
saw
your
it.
wish list, yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 2016. And I was like,
Veto
"Ooh,
a
that
game
does
you
look pretty
wish
good."
list?
What's that?
You're gonna veto a game on your wish list? That's like
I
the
know.
dream.
I think, but it's also puzzles, and they're so hard for me.
Puzzle,
Yeah, I'll
open a
take it.
puzzle game, and you're like, oh, you're taking it? Nice.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I like this game.
All right. I mean, you thinking that makes me feel like I made the right decision for your game by taking the one that you first offered. I'm curious what the veto game would have been. Since Cody
I might have to
revealed
save that for
his.
next year.
Oh, you're saving it for next year? Okay.
He'll save his shit. I wanted to let him know. I wanted to let him know that honestly, I wasn't trying to like metagame him. That he took the game I intended, so he doesn't get jump kinged.
I can say, you probably got let off easier with Gleamlight.
Okay.
The other one was going to be horrible.
I mean,
Oh my God.
okay. Tiny Bunny was interesting. It wasn't my favorite game, but it was definitely a game. It was fine.
Existed.
So I mean, the problem was you gave me a game that was unfinished, so I actually found the only ending I could have gotten. Otherwise, I would have been in limbo. I wouldn't have been able to beat it. because the fifth and final chapter isn't out yet. The fourth chapter finally came out this year after a year and a half. So yeah, thanks. I wouldn't if the fourth chapter hadn't come out this year, I wouldn't have been able to beat it by the end of the year. So
Yeah, that's fair. I think I was only like making it. I think that was part of the funniness that I was doing. I was like, oh, it's gonna slow release. That way you can't actually fully get like the story completed. But I would have counted you completed if you just did what was out there. But I knew that as a completionist like you are, I was like, this is going to trigger him that he just. I was like,
yeah.
that was the main goal for that one.
I will say, for Kirby, you can play the game whenever you want because it's a fairly short game, and I know you'll probably play it pretty soon because that's how you do this. Trell,
That is.
I would not sleep on The Witness just because it is under 20 hours, but you could, because it's a puzzle game, it could be more than 20 hours because
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying
gonna be a long
don't
time
leave
to
it
puzzle.
to
You
the
like to show
last
us
month.
all the solutions. You like to show us, look, these solutions will not work, and
Right.
this is why.
Yeah, you
Before you show us the one that does work. You're really good at that.
You'll wanna start it sooner in the year than like December 25th is what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I do have to brute force every single puzzle, so that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, when I was doing a temple last night in Tears of the Kingdom, and I janked that temple so hard.
Did you? Oh, I'm so proud of you
What
for that.
what was it, the northwest one?
It was the
What
southwest
race was
one.
it? I don't think
Oh.
I don't think the races are spoilers, is it?
Probably not.
I mean it depends on how many temples Troll
you've
knows
done
about.
a Southwest dungeon, right, Wombat?
Yeah,
I
I've done
mean,
the southwest one.
Okay.
I've
That's
only-
the one I did.
I've done 3 dungeons so far.
Okay.
Okay. It was my favorite one has to be the northeast. Southwest was
I really
probably
like
my
Southwest.
least favorite.
Southwest was
I-
my
I-
most favorite so far.
Me too.
Really? It was,
Never.
it
I'm
was-
east and south, or east and west. Okay, yeah. Southwest was my favorite too.
No, it
the
was
Gerudo?
probably my least favorite. Yeah, Gerudo.
Gerudo's great.
I janked that one so hard though. I got through it so easily. I was like,
I janked-
using.
I janked the Rito one.
Oh, did you really?
Mhm.
Yeah, Caleb was like, "You're not supposed to do this. You're not even. How are you already here?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm just
Nah,
like,
GG,
like,
dude.
I
GG.
got through that super fast. I was like, this temple is super easy, or I just got through it like janked it. She was like, "No, you absolutely janked it." I was like,
Big
oh,
GGs
nice.
on that.
Well, awesome.
Smooth rating the witness.
Kirby, you gave me originally Spirit Fairs, but because we lost Oscar, we changed it to Case of the Golden Idol,
That's
which
right.
was
It's
really
best.
fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
I'm glad
that
you loved
game.
it.
There's some DLC that I downloaded, which we'll probably play at some point this year when we need a break. But yeah, really good games this year. So appreciate you both. Trell, how did you do with your 2? I know Puss, we already talked about. What about Kirby's?
Catherine, baby.
Oh yeah, you did
right.
talk about Catherine
Edge.
too.
And
And-
then the other, I guess the outside of Rogue Scholars, what was my other ones? Choo Choo Charles and who?
What would
Yeah,
you
your
have?
Santa game.
Oh,
Choo Choo
Fashion
Charles
Police.
and
Fashion Police.
Oh, Fashion Police.
Yeah. No, I was glad to get like the numbers of like up. It's almost like double now because we used to just do one for the Rogue Scholars and one in Secret Santa, and then we did this
Yeah, I'm liking
in
it.
July.
4 challenge games a year. That's good.
four,
Yeah.
and then Tony with the one too. So it's 5.
Oh, you
So
got propositioned.
Y'all are getting greedy. All these propositions coming on to me, man.
Oh my god.
So now I got 2 more lined up at least. I gotta do, and I
Yeah.
also have tax evasion for Turnip Boy or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
That's my Secret Santa one. So yeah, I got 3 already lined up. I gotta do.
I'm gonna after I finish Raptor Boyfriend. I got not so much a gift, but a strong recommendation from Combito. That seems like a game with some good jank. I'm gonna play that. Then after that, I'll probably go into Edith Finch, and I'll save Catalyst for the last. Well, that's not true, but yeah, save Catalyst. So good.
You're becoming a full-time streamer.
I am. I got a lot of things to keep me busy. This is good.
yeah, full time for 1 week by the end of the year, right?
Yeah, that's
You just gotta
right.
work on your sayings and stuff, and maybe give it a little bit of like ooh, ooh every once in a while.
I'm not
and-
oohing. I will not ooh. We're not doing all that.
Come on, just one ooh, ooh, please.
No. I fucking hate. God, I fucking hate ooh. So I'm thinking about it, and the more I think about it, the more I get mad. I can't stand oohing.
So good. Going back to, were you talking about the Evil Within Batman as the sequel, Wombat, for the Telltale series? Is that what you're talking about?
What?
For Batman Telltale, you said there was a sequel. Is that the Evil Within Batman?
I don't know. I just saw it yesterday.
Okay. As I was searching my library for The
Yeah, I
Witness,
think it might
I
be.
came across that.
But yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I might get it. And ultimately, we are starting to get it run out of time here for our
Yep.
because I got family coming over in about 40 minutes, so I got to get ready for that.
Gotcha.
But
No, it sounds good.
top 3 games I'm looking forward to playing next year. I'm really looking forward to Spyro and some other games that I haven't ever gotten to play that hopefully I will. I might try and beat Skyrim this coming year because I've never done it.
You never beat that?
No.
Oh,
I've
man, that's good.
gotten part of the way through. Yeah, it's a good game. I've done a bunch of things in it. I've just never beaten it.
PC, or are you gonna do it on, like, I don't know, your
I have it
Tesla
on my
or your
Xbox
fridge,
360, so I'd probably
Okay.
continue that one.
Okay.
I haven't played the Ratchet games, but I also never had a play. So a lot of the games on my retro list are games that might have been on the PlayStation, but we haven't. But yeah, ultimately, there's a lot to cover. We could talk more about that in our own particular streams about what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, gentlemen, and a really good year. One of the best games in gaming, years in gaming.
Exactly.
Good
But
work.
please slow down the industry. Like, stop coming out with so many bangers. Like, you're hurting me.
Uh,
I want more bangers,
yeah,
but I do agree that I have my backlog. Even though I made a lot of progress this year, I also grew it a lot. So a catch-up time will be nice, especially because I have a lot of retro games on my list that are games I just want to go back to as well. So yeah.
So that's gonna be your theme, copycat of Wombat. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm actually doing retro games I started but haven't finished, and so I think that's my theme.
Very nice.
Nice.
That's completely original.
Good shit. I will throw out real quick that I did indeed have a good game lined up for both you guys on the.
No shit, you did?
calendar.
I thought you were lying.
But I just recently, because then I was like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with them. But like, I did have it on, and it was for both you guys. But it turns out you both actually have it. So I.
Oh, so what is it? Can we know then?
Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter. I was gonna.
That game's fantastic.
Yeah. So
It's a good game.
So there's one more thing before we go, and that's a game that we've been meaning to play together, like we did with Sekiro, that we need to do this year, and that is Pray to the Gods.
I'm down.
So we've been talking about doing that. We need to schedule it. I say let's do it for February. Hit the ground running on it.
Sure.
So beginning of February, we'll all three of us.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Add that to the list.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. It's been this is probably one of our longest podcasts we've ever done.
That was a lot
I mean,
of fun.
we did a lot this year, so it makes sense.
A fat year, yeah.
So we will see y'all next year for another podcast for 2024, and in between there, we'll see you when we're playing games in our particular streams.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Be safe, be well, be excellent, and have a great year. Happy New Year. See you next year.
See ya.